Throw it to him, he's always open. You know, any quarterback would love that.
Reggie, Saskatchewan's Mr. October stumps the Stampeders and sparks new hope as playoff winds blow on the prairies.
We think we have the potential to be as good as any team in the league. It's just a matter of what team shows up to play.
And while Daryl Mitchell sets his sights on the most receptions in a season, Donald Narcisse sets the standard for longevity. 193 straight games with a catch and counting. Kelly Wiltshire leads the Argos blue-collar defense that dares anyone to cross the picket line. It's all hands on deck, and they'll need it today. The CFL on CBC. Today, the road to the Grey Cup and football's pot of gold runs through Toronto. The Argonauts meet the Saskatchewan Roughriders at the Sky Dome. The sweet smells of barbecue sending smoke signals outside the Sky Dome as the Argo tailgate party winds down and the pregame festivities wind up here under the big top. The Argos making their entrance here at the Dome right now, and you know, many of the names in this team have changed, but it's beginning to look an awful lot like those back-to-back Grey Cup champions. They're 7-2 since Kerwin Bell came back from that broken arm, and he's been as good or better than Doug Flutie at the quarterback position. And how about that defense? It's regained the dominance it had at this time last year. But most of the excitement inside this place will be reserved today for number 87, Daryl Mitchell. He's just 7 catches away from the single-season record of 126 held by Calgary's Alan Pitts. You know, all the eyes in this stadium will be on him, including all the eyes on that Saskatchewan defense over on the other side of the field. The big question today, with all that scrutiny, can he get open and can he get the record today? For their thoughts, let's go up to the broadcast booth and welcome the two Chris's, Cuthbert and Walby.
Thank you, Mark. Good afternoon, everybody. You know, a Grey Cup rematch between these two teams, Chris, may seem like a long shot right now, but consider the Argos may be playing the best football in the league of any team, and Saskatchewan, although in a fight for their playoff lives, are starting to turn it around. They beat the best team in the West last week. They're getting healthy, and like Toronto, they have a quarterback having a career year.
You know, we don't get a lot of chance to talk about Reggie Slack, but here's a guy who's quietly thrown for 17 touchdowns, has 5 300 passing yard games, and probably runs the option play better than anybody in the CFL.
On the other side, the question no longer is, can Kerwin Bell replace Doug Flutie? The question is he the outstanding player in the CFL? 501 yards against Edmonton, tops in the league this year. But these two quarterbacks will be facing hard-hitting Ds today.
Mario Smith is the Mike Tyson of the CFL. He will knock you out. Just ask Jeff Garcia last week.
And on the other side, Kelly Wiltshire. He'll make it tough for Reggie Slack to run the option today. Wiltshire, the leading tackler on the leading defense in the Canadian Football League. So, big fella, how about the keys?
Well, there's some big keys. For offense, for Saskatchewan, they got to stay on the field. Be consistent. Move the ball. The longer they are on, the less Toronto's on. On defense, you got to limit the receiver's yak. And by I mean that, yards after the catch. You're not going to stop them completely, but you got to stop them when they catch the ball. For Toronto on offense, red zone production. They're moving the ball up and down the field, but they're not happy with their touchdown potential. And on defense, stop the option play, stuff Reggie Slack.
Argos trying to win their 4th consecutive game. Saskatchewan has not won 2 in a row all season long. Mark?
Well, Chris, the roof is closed here at the Dome today on a brisk afternoon in southern Ontario. That means the weather obviously not a factor in this football game. As you mentioned, the Argos looking for their 4th straight win. They're in a tight battle in the East Division, just 1 point behind second place Montreal and 3 behind the division leaders Hamilton. Both those teams playing their games tomorrow. And of course, the Saskatchewan Roughriders at 4-9 are fighting for their playoff lives in the West. They're in a dead heat with the BC Lions, but don't forget they got hot in October last year with 2 wins before making that big playoff run. We're just about ready, Chris, for the opening kickoff as we go back to you in the booth.
All right, Mark, there is Jim Daly, who says our team knew when we got healthy we could compete. In the last 3 weeks, he's had 7 starters return to his defense, and that's been the sore spot all season long for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. On the other side, Don Matthews said yesterday, we are getting to the point that our guys were playing at a year ago, and that is bad news, Chris Walby, for the rest of the league.
Well, they're tremendous right now. Toronto is on the biggest roll, but Saskatchewan always starts to play tough at the end of the season. when it counts. And right now they had the biggest game of their year against Calgary last week, and they are looking forward to continue that success against these Argonauts here today.
Getting set to start it off here. Noel Prefontaine has the football on the tee. There's Curtis Mayfield along with Larry Thompson deep for the 4 and 9 Saskatchewan Roughriders, and it will be Larry Thompson from his 20-yard line. Thompson nailed just past the 30, led by Michael O'Shea, the starting middle linebacker, with his 13th special team tackle of the season. So Reggie Slack takes the field, and he said after the win over Calgary, it's a big boost when you beat a team like the Stamps.
And I tell you what, John Terry, one of the big keys on this offensive line, did not give up a sack last week. One of the more devastating run blockers. Wide receivers, hey, Mr. Everything, Don Narcisse could be a 1,000-yard receiver today. Curtis Mayfield, the other big deep threat. Larry Thompson on the other side.
Narcisse just 34 yards shy of 1,000 yards for the 8th time in his career, and he is the wideout to the near side of the field. First down, and Slack on a roll will look for Narcisse early, and the pass incomplete. Adrian Smith was in coverage for the Argos, and right now this Argo defense is really looking like the unit we saw a year ago, leading in 15 categories.
They're playing as a unit, as you say, led by Jermaine Haley on the defensive line with 7 quarterback sacks. Marcelo Simmons quietly having another outstanding year, flanked by O'Shea and Wiltshire on the, and of course, Fahir Brown back, 21-year-old, youngest guy on the Argonaut team right now, and Don Matthews likes this defensive back.
2nd and 10 for Saskatchewan at their own 33. Quick hitter over the middle, that's Farthing, and Farthing has the catch, tries to stretch out for the first down. He'll be at least a yard short. The safety, Lester Smith, with the tackle, a gain of about 8 for Dan Farthing.
Well, just a nice job, little slant in. You know, Reggie Slack has really become adept at reading the blitz, reads the blitz. Farthing reads it as well, slants in, gets a nice catch, nice pickup. Unfortunately, just a little short of the first down, but they moved the ball a little bit. They're going to punt. They're going to put Toronto, hopefully, in their end, and we'll have a chance to see Mr. Tony Smith returning the football.
McCallum well above his average last week against Calgary, and there is Tony Smith, who suffered a broken collarbone in the first preseason action he saw against Hamilton, and so he is just in the lineup now, and a hard run up to the 43 as he replaces Anthony Bookman as the backup running back and return man today. Dan Rashovich with the tackle as Kerwin Bell, fresh off 501 a week ago, leads this offense up.
And a good offensive line, played very well last week, led by Willie Williams, the blind side, the guy on the backside of the quarterback. Receivers, Paul Mazzotti, 2 catches away from 500. And of course, the man we've talked about so much, Daryl Mitchell, Nigel Williams, and Andrew English round out that fine bunch of receivers. And of course, the pinball in the backfield.
Asking Bell yesterday about Daryl Mitchell's record-breaking assault, and he said, don't forget Mazzotti's trying for some milestones here too. Mazzotti 2 catches shy of 500 and could become the all-time leading Argo receiver today with a good afternoon. And so we set the Argos out of the scatter formation. The pitch left side, that's Tony Smith, and his first carry in the Canadian Football League across the 45. And the middle linebacker, the veteran Dan Rashovich, who might even be older than Chris Walby, makes the tackle.
He might be, you're right. But these guys up front got a big chore, and they're really happy to have this fellow, Andrew Stewart, back. He played last year for Toronto. He's expected to do big things today. Kenny Benson also back from injury. Last time these two teams met, led them with 9 tackles. And of course, their defensive backfield, Mariel Smith, as I said, to Mike Tyson, Ulmer, Sutton, Garrett, a fine group of DBs.
2nd down, 6 for the Argos. Bell, first time goes to the air and has a completion. That's Paul Mazzotti with catch 499 into Saskatchewan territory. Gain of 14. Shannon Garrett with the stop. So Mazzotti needs 1 more for 1 milestone on the day.
Well, one of the nice things is Saskatchewan played a lot of man-to-man last week. They're going to try and mix it up. On this play, they play a little zone. Bell recognizes it, reads it right away, hits Mazzotti, as you say. Nice opening pass and catch, first down.
And now 86 yards shy of matching D.K. Smith's all-time Argo receiving yardage record. First down, Bell stands in and has Andrew English over the middle. and close to another first down at the Saskatchewan 39-yard line as the former Argo linebacker Ken Benson with the tackle.
Well, they're going to go with 6 defensive backs, Saskatchewan is. Benson dawdling him across the side. You can see he's just going to come into your screen. He's got to pick him up now. He sees him, gets almost picked. But that's his man. He's going to trail him in the back position. Mario Smith coming up, making the play.
English has been a handy guy now, 34 catches on the season. And the Argos do have a first down, consecutive first downs. Nigel Williams lines up wide to the right side. Bell, short, Clemens, and he is stopped by Benson at the 34, and call it a pickup of 4 for the Argos.
And a roughing the play, passer call. Going against Saskatchewan, this is one thing you can't do. Don't give Toronto opportunity right now. Nice little dump-off pass. We talked about the fact that Saskatchewan has to limit the yards after the catch. They do a nice job here, but unfortunately get called for roughing the play on the play and automatic first down and puts them deep in their own territory.
Now this is the area yesterday, Chris, that Kerwin Bell talked about the Argos having to be more efficient. Here's Shannon Garrett with the late hit.
Well, that's one of those things as you're taught. I know that you got momentum going, but you can see the ball is released. Let up, just touch them, let them go.
So the Argos inside the Saskatchewan 20. There's that shovel toss inside. Clemens, and he is down to the 16, gain of 3. But Kerwin Bell felt that the Argos have not been taking advantage enough of these opportunities. He got a video made up of every play that he has called inside the 20 this year to study what tendencies or what things he has to change.
Well, that shows you what type of professional he is. And you can see here, he's just running the little shovel pass, gets the big offensive lineman Willie Williams in front of him. But a great job by the Saskatchewan defense to pursue and limit the gain to about 3 yards.
Andrew Stewart comes out for Saskatchewan. It's 2nd and 7. Bell with time. And the ball knocked down and picked. Vincent Donaldson looked like he came up with the football. They are ruling it an incomplete pass. Nice play there defensively by Todd McMillan. And it looked like Donaldson may have caught that one before it hit the ground.
Well, just a nice job, and this is what we talked to Saskatchewan was going to do. Jim Daly said they got to mix it up. They're going to rush 3 guys this time. That's all they're going to put on the pressure package, and they're going to drop everybody else and try and take away. Just a nice job, as you say.
Nope.
But a good call by the referee of seeing that ball hit the turf. He's Johnny on the spot.
So 3rd down. And a 23-yard field goal attempt for Eric Bigos. 20 of 28 on the year. Masadi the holder, and Bigos puts it through. Argos break on top here at Sky Dome with their first drive of the game. 4.5 minutes in. They lead by a field goal.
There are cars all across this nation without a decent set of tires. So bald and worn, it'd break your heart. Facing rain, slush, and ice, it is up to us to right this shameful wrong. We, the people of Goodrich, will sell a good tire, installed and balanced at a good price.
Mono, 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 mono. Know why so many people prefer mono insulating foam? No, why? Well, mono includes gloves. Mono, mono. Other stuff doesn't. For energy efficiency, mono foam has the full Power Smart endorsement. Mono has it. Mono really has it. Other stuff, And get this. Mono is safer to use because unlike some other products, mono is non-flammable during application. Mono, mono, get the hey, mono, why would you do anything but? Mono, get the mono. Yeah.
back in Toronto, where Kerwin Bell takes a break after engineering the first scoring drive of this football game, a 3-0 lead for the Argos. And boy, has he taken his share of licks this season. The Argos have allowed 45 sacks. He's taken most of them, and many in open field. It's won him respect throughout the CFL as a quarterback who can take a licking, but his right passing arm, that's it right now, is bandaged up. It's been swollen and painful for weeks. Didn't let him stop him last week when he passed for more than 500 yards, Chris.
And now Reggie Slack at the controls, and he's taken so much punishment in his CFL career, handing it off to Mike Saunders for the first time today. Chris, Saunders had over 100 yards the first meeting between these two teams, and the Roughriders are one of these teams that really feel to be successful, they need to have a balanced attack.
Well, last week is evidence of that. They played Calgary. They threw for 27. They ran for 26. I mean, that's about as 50-50 as you can get in a football game. And Reggie Slack knows that he's going to have to mix it up to try and keep Toronto's defense off balance.
The problem is Toronto #1 against the pass, #1 against the run. 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz. Slack's mobile, but not that mobile. Michael O'Shea, the middle linebacker. Lester Smith was blitzing, and they get to the Saskatchewan quarterback.
Well, what they do here, they line up everybody on the line of scrimmage. This is one of the things they've been doing with success to every team in the CFL. You can see everybody's coming. They're also bringing Lester Smith to the middle, but there's just so many guys. There's not enough to block them. Mike O'Shea gets a handle. He's going to hang on. You can see Kelly Wilchart coming in there, Marcelo Simmons, and the rest of the Blue Parade. I mean, when you're going to bring 8 or 9 guys, you either get rid of the ball quick or you're going to be in a whole lot of hurt.
And Reggie Slack already on the limp as he makes his way slowly to the Saskatchewan sidelines. Tony Smith drops deep. 3rd down and 26. And McCallum is in. And they almost get to McCallum, but do rough him. So flag down, contacting the kicker. And Smith runs it back to the Saskatchewan 37-yard line. Adrian Smith was in and got in 2 free on McCallum and jolted the Saskatchewan punter.
Well, they had an all-out block on in this play. They were going after him, trying to rattle him if they can't get the block. Unfortunately, as you say, Adrian Smith misses the actual block point of where the ball will be, ends up roughing the kicker.
Major foul, roughing the passer. Toronto, number 6. 1st down, Saskatchewan.
Ken Lazarick in charge today. And that puts the Saskatchewan offense back out there.
And you can see he just comes off the corner here and just catches him. A lot of times you're going to be known that a lot of these kickers are from Shakespearean times. They're in the theater and they like to act a little bit, but in that play you can actually see McCallum's leg was up. He hadn't put it down and he got roughed definitely.
Well, Shakespeare.
It was Shakespeare.
So Slack right back in there to face this hungry Argo defense. 1st down at the 34. Short drop, and there's a completion and a Saskatchewan 1st down at the 45-yard line. Larry Thompson with the 11-yard reception in front of Donald Smith.
And I like what this does. I mean, if you're going to be Toronto and you're going to line everybody up on the line of scrimmage and Mike O'Shea in the middle right like that tight, you know that there's nobody back there. So what they do, they just slant Larry Thompson across into that open middle. And if you hit him, you got to make that play or he's going to go a whole long way.
Slack has some weapons. His offense, number 2 in the run and number 4 in the passing department. 1st down. And he rolls left side. Slack delivers high for Narcisse. And it falls incomplete. Antonio Spotter got a hand on it.
And another nice call. The play may have not ended the way they liked, but I do like they tried to clear it out, bring Narcisse underneath. Little bootleg with a little play action on it. Bring a big offensive lineman, try and give Reggie a little bit more time to throw the ball. He hurried a little bit, threw a little high, and almost picked off.
Happy to report that this week Reggie's mom came out of the coma and is making nice progress. He was able to speak with her on the phone this week, and that certainly has energized him. He'll helping prepare for this week. 2nd and 10 for Slack with time and throwing complete over the middle. And again, it's Dan Farthing with the catch in front of Michael O'Shea. So Farthing has 2 today.
Who does a really, really nice job. Catches the ball in traffic, hangs on. He's got blue guys. Look at this. Fighting it off. He's coming in. I mean, Donald Smith is right there. Mike O'Shea is right there. That is just great concentration and allowing the ball to come back in.
And has gone over 500 yards receiving on the year now. He had 959 last year, so well off pace. And Jim Daly felt that they had to go to him a little bit more often in the second half of the year. First down and a handoff inside. And Sean Daniels, the ball carrier.
Well, you know, with Dan Farthing, like you say, all the catches and yardage he had last year, Chris. But one of the things you'll find in this league, as evidenced by Paul Mazzotti's numbers dropping off in Toronto, is a quarterback is going to get comfortable with one of his receivers or a different receiver at that time. And, you know, unfortunately, Dan Farthing's not getting the receptions, but somebody else is. But you got to like the fact that these guys always work and they're always ready and willing to catch that football.
So 2nd and 8 for Saskatchewan. Reggie Slack's faced a lot of 2nd and longs very early in this game. There goes showing blitz again. Slack in trouble, but he shakes it off, and Reggie can run. Lots of room for Slack inside the 30, down to the 25, before the safety Lester Smith finally brings him down. That's a 26-yard gain for Reggie Slack.
Nice job of the offensive line and by Reggie. The fact is they're bringing everybody. Look at everybody coming here. You see Kelly Wiltshire's on the blitz. Not enough guys to protect again. McIntosh misses a tackle, opens a big area, big lane for Reggie Slack to run. And he doesn't do the quarterback slide here, folks. He's going to try and run over you. Well, I think this is unbelievable. You look at this font right here. Look at Reggie Slack. 958 yards coming into the game with that run. Has now moved past Ken Austin, a second-time leading rusher for quarterbacks in Saskatchewan. And not all of those guys are real fleet of foot.
There's Slack dumping it off. Saunders, Wiltshire giving chase, and a nice tackle by the corner, Donald Smith, bringing down a former teammate, Mike Saunders, who played 7 games in Toronto last year, and Saunders has 8.
Well, just a nice job again. Watch this. You can see Saunders right over there. He's right over the middle. Nice catch. Puts Wiltshire, who's got to cover him in a trail position. Picks up 8 yards. And what it's doing right now is it's putting Saskatchewan in 2nd and short position. And that allows them to utilize more of their playbook, more options.
So now it's Saskatchewan, the green and white in the red zone in Toronto territory. 2nd and 3. Give inside Daniels. Down to the 15, and he'll be close to a first down.
Good job by Toronto's defense reading that, coming underneath the blocker. They're trying to pull some blockers. They're going out, he reads it, makes a nice play. Makes it 3rd and short and decision time, baby.
Sean Daniels, former coach of Kelly Wiltshire in a minor football program in Montreal, and now Wiltshire's trying to knock his head off.
You gotta love those kind of stories. Those are quite remarkable.
3rd and less than a yard. And the Riders going for it. And early motion as McIntosh crashes into that offensive line, and we'll wait and find out if he was drawn offside.
Half to distance, first down. Number? We go 5. Number? 2.
So it is McIntosh.
Offside. Toronto, number 94. First down, Saskatchewan.
And nice. What you're going to see is Daniels coming up to the line late. As he's coming just before the snap of the ball, McIntosh reads it as the play starting, jumps off, tries to get the advantage, costs his team the first down.
4:20 to go, first quarter. Saskatchewan and threatening, first and goal from the 10. Slack with pressure again, gets it away. Saunders looking for anything there, and he's forced out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. Adrian Smith wouldn't let him turn the corner.
Adrian Smith wouldn't let him turn the corner either with Antonius Bonner on the coverage. They recognize that they're going to get one-on-one if they slide Saunders out. He sees him again, hits him a little flat pass. There's Antonius Bonner, number 10, trying to get him. Now watch, this is really nice. Now, that right there, that is a straight arm. Now, a running back, you just don't teach that kind of stuff. Watch it right here. If we can stop it right there. Take a look at this. That is textbook right there. They may not like it on the other side of the football. That's a good job by Saunders.
Second and goal from the 10. Slack, farthing near the goal line, and good sure tackle there by Bonner to make sure he didn't get it in. He'll be stopped a couple of yards short.
Well, they started off the first couple possessions, Chris, and you can see they were trying to make things happen. We talked about Reggie Slack, the leadership qualities, his ability to do certain things and mix things up, and that's what he's doing right now. He's finding success. I mean, look at Farthing right now. Runs right into Bonner, comes off his block, makes the catch, and fights. He got across, and had it not been for Lester Smith, might have scored.
How about this, Chris Walby? No hesitation. They're going for it. 3rd and 2. Slack sneaks, scores, but a flag is down. Reggie Slack lunging into the end zone, and it looks like it was the Argos offside.
Well, anytime you're in a short yardage, one of the biggest things.
Offside. Toronto, number 9, through trying. Touchdown.
Well, Marcelo Simmons, the man flagged on the infraction. But as I was saying, one of the things that's going to happen in any short yardage situation is the defensive line, linebackers, defensive backs on the outside are all going to try and anticipate the count. If they make it, they're the hero. But if they don't make it, they're the GOAT. And on this case, they're wearing the horns.
Saskatchewan Roughriders did not score a touchdown in the first quarter until week 10. But they have won today against the highest rated defense in the Canadian Football League. And with 2:44 to go, first quarter, it's the Saskatchewan Roughriders with a 7-3 lead.
Who prefer to put themselves in the hands of the professionals, you can count on Bumper to Bumper for all your car and truck needs. Who prefer the hands-on approach, you can count on Bumper to Bumper for all your car and truck needs.
Reggie Slack with the game's first touchdown in Toronto. Shades of last week. This is the winning touchdown drive against Calgary. And shades of the Western Division playoffs last season. Slack running with 13 yards, running the option with proficiency. Here he dashes 19 yards, carrying the load almost single-handedly in this drive along the ground with a 1-yard touchdown plunge in the Riders' 27-20 win over the Stampeders. The leading rusher among quarterbacks in the CFL, Reggie Slack.
And Mark, the leading rusher on the Saskatchewan Roughriders, coming into the game a couple of yards ahead of Mike Saunders. That drive last week against Calgary ate up 6 minutes and 47 seconds of the clock in the fourth quarter. And this was an impressive drive as well, as he went 5 for 6 and rushed a couple of times for 28 yards. Tony Smith fakes the reverse to Clemens, and the newcomer to the Argo lineup, diving across the 30-yard line. 20-yard return, while Reggie Slack savors the scoring drive.
Well, just an exciting. I know what I like about this, Chris, is the confidence factor by the coaching staff. 2 yards out, you can see him right here. He's going to get behind the big hoggies. All these guys in this offensive line, they're all 300 pounds plus. They're all eating that grain, you know, the big grain out there on the prairie, you know, and does a nice job of getting behind these big old boys. And Well, you got to like that, boy. I tell you what, 2-yard rush, and a lot of coaches would be wondering about that, especially going against the vaunted Toronto defense, and they took it in there.
There was no hesitation, no conference on the bench. They were going for it right from the get-go. Here's Clements with a run off the left side, and pinball up to the 34 has 3, and the former Argo Andrew Stewart in on the tackle.
Well, they're running the ball. They're running a little bit more, but are they setting something up? How often has it been, Chris? This is, we've got 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Where's Daryl Mitchell? Has not caught a ball yet.
This looks like Mitchell territory, 2nd and 7. Daryl Mitchell's lowest output of the year was in the opener against Saskatchewan. There's a pass bouncing incomplete in the flat. Intended for Clements, and it's 2 and out for the Argo offense.
Just a nice job of the defense of fending off that, taking away the deep pattern. He was looking to go deep a little bit, couldn't find it, had to turn to his outlet pass. Unfortunately, skipped the ball, and they're going to get, you know, one thing with Don Matthews' teams, they're going to get over on the bench there and regroup, and they put up so many points on this board, move the ball so effectively, they'll get that thing straightened out pretty quickly.
Minute 35 remaining, first quarter. Prefontaine in to punt the ball away to Curtis Mayfield. Saskatchewan really has not excelled in punt return yardage this year. Last in the league, but Prefontaine off the side of his foot was that partially tipped. Colin Scribner applying the pressure, and just a 24-yard punt. So the momentum swinging in the direction of the Saskatchewan Roughriders late in the first quarter.
Ah, my favorite cookie, sans jacques. Exquisite, a masterpiece.
Ooh, shall we break out the white tonight?
Oh, goody, milk. Perfect with anything. Even nuts like you two. Milk.
Anything goes.
Every day.
Dakota builds some of the toughest, most comfortable work boots you can buy. And you can only buy them at Canada's footwear experts, Mark's Work Warehouse.
Announcing Olhausen billiard tables. North America's finest exotic wood furniture-styled pool tables. Beautifully carved hardwood legs, aprons, and cabinets. Built for you at reasonable prices. Many elegant models featuring hard Italian slate and AccuFast rubber. Recreation World, 6829 104th Street, Edmonton.
Nurse, knife, please. All right, let's top this off. I've done all I can do.
The cheese is melted, Doctor.
Nurse, 500 mils of milk, stat.
Doctor, we're losing it.
Clear. This one's mine.
Milk, anything goes.
Every day.
Back at Sky Dome with the roof closed today. Minute 15 to go, first quarter. Saskatchewan has the lead. A Reggie Slack touchdown, and the third-rated passer in the Canadian Football League. He's number 3 in touchdown passes with 17. A career high of 3,143 yards. Slack's looked very efficient so far in the game.
Well, as you said, he's thrown for 17, but one of the things we know that he's the leading rusher, but that's his 7th touchdown rushing.
Facing an Argo team that has been blitzing a lot in this first quarter. Reggie Slack with the pass for Narcisse, and it's knocked away. Adrian Smith in coverage once again, watching the explosive Narcisse.
Well, Toronto just rushes 4 on that time, and Saskatchewan gives Reggie Slack lots of time to throw the ball. He tries to see Mr. Narcisse coming across the middle, but nice job coming across, and good coverage by Adrian Smith following him all the way, getting a hand in there to knock the ball down.
So another 2nd and 10 for Saskatchewan. In the final minute of the first quarter, now Lester Smith steps up to the line, showing blitz, and he's taking off, and Slack is finally down, and Smith was the man who got to him.
Well, I tell you what, they have got to, as as a receiving corps recognize that right now. They brought 8 guys on that. That means there's only 4 other guys covering. Somebody's got to be open. You got 8 guys on the line of scrimmage here. They're coming. You can see Lester Smith in the safety, Wiltshire, Simmons, Johnson, everybody. There's only 4 guys left. As a receiver, you got to recognize that. As a quarterback, you got to recognize that. Dump the ball quick, and you can have a big play.
It's a big tree to bring down, but the Argos sending plenty of heat to take care of slack. Tony Smith on the return up to the 35, cut down by Darren Joseph, and a penalty marker on the play after a 35-yard punt and an 8-yard return. It's another offside call, I believe, against Toronto.
Offside, Toronto, number 84. Third down, repeat it.
So that'll make it 3rd and 10. And it looks like Saskatchewan's going to punt again and try and get them deeper. Mark?
Everyone to...
Oh, we're having problems with Mark's mic. We'll get back to him in a moment. Here's McCallum with a better punt, driving Smith inside his 10. Tony Smith cornered there, sprung loose, and does a nice job to get it up to the 30. Curtis Gallick, the reserve safety out of UBC, with the tackle. Let's try Mark again.
All right, there we go. We got the Gremlins worked out of the system. I just want to remind our viewing audience to cast their ballot for the greatest Grey Cup game of all time. Remember, last year we rebroadcast the top 5. This year we're going for just one, and that game will be seen on CBC television on Saturday, the day before the '98 Grey Cup game in Winnipeg. And how about '96 in the snow in Hamilton? Who can disagree with that one?
Well, Walby wants 1990, but I'm sorry, 50-11 or whatever it was is not going to go down as one of the great games.
It was for us.
Here's Bell, first down. And Clements over the middle, up to the 40-yard line. Ball popped loose, but the whistle had gone. And pinball close to a first down on the final play of the opening quarter. Well, the Argos have been red hot, but they're in tough this afternoon on home turf against the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
There's no law that says you have to help out. To work up a callus or a blister from lending a helping hand. But to all of you whose nature it is to chip in, not for gratitude or glory, but just for a good, warm feeling inside. We'd like you to know we build every Ford truck to share the load till the work is done. Ford, for now, forever.
1, 2, 3. Oh, 2 out of 3.
It's a great color. You're gonna love it.
Okay, pick a straw.
Top quality beauty tone paint from Home Hardware comes with our no quibble guarantee.
Heads or tails?
And Home Hardware has more than 1,000 exciting colors, so the hardest part is choosing one.
It's durable and it looks great.
Home Hardware, help is close to home.
Okay, it looks great, but I get to pick the colors for the dog. If you're on the road between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., you're at risk. This is collision prime time, when more than 1/3 of all collisions happen. Because for every person who runs a light, follows too close, drives too fast, someone else could pay a price. So even if you made it home safe today, don't forget, you get to do it all over again tomorrow. Think and drive.
Welcome back to the Skydome, where Daryl Mitchell continues to chase some great names for the single-season receiving record, not only on his team, but in the CFL. First, this man, Mike Pinball Clements, who set an Argo record last year with 122 catches. And then with this snag, in 1994, Calgary's Alan Pitt set the CFL record of 126. They're both under fire today, although Mitchell has yet to make a single catch, and we know that the Saskatchewan defense, Chris and Chris, have been jamming him at the line, trying to prevent him from getting into that deadly crossing route.
Well, we'll watch for Mitchell. A major story when Daryl Mitchell goes 1 quarter without a catch. And that's what happened in the first 15 minutes here. And it looked like some motion on the line. Jude St. John came out of his stance first, and they'll push the Argos back 5.
Well, you can see the first quarter stats here, Chris, and one of the things I like, I mean, we're even in passing, 42-42, and you kind of expect that. But the rushing yards, 31. Time of possession, we talked about that in the opening, and I hate to reiterate, but I'm going to. If you have the ball, these guys don't, and that's just a great job of controlling the ball in the first quarter by the Saskatchewan offense.
Now Kerwin Bell looking at 1st and 15, stands in the pocket. Andrew Stewart had a hand on him, and Bell throws it away, something we haven't seen a lot of from him this year, but really his options were limited, and once again Bell is slow to get off the turf.
And this is a team, they are going to catch fire. They are playing with a lot of emotion. College Scrivener in Winnipeg last year, good football play with a lot of potential. You can see Andrew Stewart's the first one through, tries to wrap him up. College Scrivener's going to come in here and drive him into the turf. These guys are playing with a lot of emotion. They want this game, and the thing is, they know they can have this game. They're not playing as has-beens or indicative of their record. They're playing a lot above that.
Now Saskatchewan into their 7 DB package, a pass over the middle for Dimitrition. He'll get back close to the original line of scrimmage, but only 6. And it'll be 3rd down for an Argo offense that right now is just idling.
They're idling, Chris, but let's give credit to Saskatchewan's defense. They're rushing 3 on 2nd and 10. They're going back, they're covering them, they're letting them make the catch, and what they're doing is what they did against Calgary last week. They're limiting the yards after the catch, and that is definitely helping them and is putting Toronto in 1-2-and-out situations.
Well, Jim Daly has talked about the fact that his team has struggled because of the rash of injuries on defense, and once everybody came back, this team could be one to be reckoned with. Last week against Calgary, the defense provided 5 sacks, a couple of interceptions, a couple of forced fumbles, and they are continuing to play tough this afternoon. Here's Mayfield, and Mayfield gets outside. And a nice tackle by George Namako. Otherwise, Mayfield was sailing up those sidelines. An 18-yard return after a 46-yard punt.
Come on, let's go.
Have fun.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. Medium coffee, please.
Sit.
Oh, and 6 donuts.
Now it's easy to pick up 6 donuts for just $3.50 at Tim Hortons.
Heel. Heel.
We call it the Donut 6-pack.
So how'd it go?
He's a little slow.
I got donuts. Seems quick enough.
The new Donut 6-pack. For just $3.50, it's easy to pick up.
That was an excellent presentation. I feel confident that I've selected the right team. Great job, Peter. Thanks, sir. Ready to move forward there, Mark? Definitely. Good. Mary? Very innovative.
Thank you very much.
I'll be talking to you guys soon.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, what's your email address? Well, actually...
We're not quite...
we'll call you. Call
Monday.
You with it. Yes. Monday morning. Monday. Yes, absolutely.
The CFL on CBC. Brought to you by TELUS. Basic human communication.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the things that Toronto's defense is doing is phenomenal. They're putting too many guys on line scrimmage. Take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 5 guys to block him right now. When we run this, you're going to see this is going to give Reggie Slack and the offensive problems. Just too many guys. And right now, Lester Smith with the sack right there, they're going to have to adjust to that defense.
And there's a guy that is quite capable of making those adjustments in a hurry. Gonna buy a little more time for Reggie Slack. 1st down, Saskatchewan. Here comes the pressure again. Slack gets it away. Farthing's been a favorite target so far. And he scrambled for a couple of extra yards to get near the 1st down marker.
And a nice job of Reggie Slack avoiding the pressure right now. You can see they're going to bring somebody in here. He swims the protection. They're pulling a lineman outside. He's going to have a guy right in his face. There's Jermaine Haley right there. There's Simmons. Nice throw, though. Gets it on a rope. right out to Farthing. Farthing reads it, comes back to the football, shields his body from the defense back, and then the presence to get upfield and get the first down. Nice job.
4 catches, 39 yards so far for Farthing. And a first down for Saskatchewan at their own 52. Here comes the blitz again. Lester Smith over the middle, and Mayfield unable to bring it down. Fahir Brown picked up Mayfield over the middle defensively.
Well, I tell you what I like about this is they're doing it again. Lester Smith's coming up the middle on this time. It's putting your defensive halfbacks in a tremendous problem. I mean, you can see here he comes up the middle right now. Reggie Slack's got to get rid of the ball. But here Brown does a great job of one-to-one coverage on Mayfield, not allowing him to make that catch.
It's more like last year. The Argos sent Lester Smith a lot more last year at the safety position than we've seen so far this season. Now, 2nd and 10. O'Shea showing blitz and dropping off. Saunders out of the backfield, trying to get outside. Can't beat Adrian Smith as he upends Saunders at midfield.
And we've seen Adrian do that a couple times going the other way in the first quarter. He's a sure tackler. You're not going to get the corner on Adrian Smith, and he does it again by pulling down Mike Sanders, limiting the gain, and now they have to punt. There's a little swing pass. You can see him put it out there, but Adrian Smith is he's just a great open field tackler.
So McCallum drops the football, and it's on the carpet there, and the Argos have it at the 44. Remember, they almost blocked him the last time, and Batson came free. Andre Batson, a Saskatchewan draft choice, picks up the loose football for Toronto.
It's the way we welcome the sun with 35 sunblock. The way some of the best water now mostly comes in bottles. It's the way we make time for exercise and like to enjoy reading. Today, more and more people are finding reasons to take better care of themselves. That's why Subway offers 7 subs, each under 6 grams of fat. Because when you're through surfing, you might want to go for a swim. Subway, it's the way a sandwich should be.
Say hello to the 1999 Nissan Pathfinder. With air conditioning, CD audio system, and shift-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive. Adventure has never felt this comfortable before. Check out the 1999 Pathfinder now during our Come In for a Spin event at your local Nissan dealer.
We switched our toll-free and long-distance services to Sprint Canada. The change was seamless. 0 downtime. The savings are excellent. By the second billing means we don't pay for time we don't use. My Sprint Canada rep has a real understanding of our business. Whatever I need, I make one call, boom, it's taken care of. The easier it is to do business, the more I can do.
Well, a big turnover for the Toronto Argonauts on that drop ball by Paul McCallum. Andre Batson with the recovery and putting Toronto in excellent field position on the Saskatchewan 44. You can see he just drops the ball. He's going to snap it, decides to kick it, and Andre will take those when he gets a chance to recover the football.
Maybe the reason you don't see the drop kick. Here's Bell, and Kieran Bell throwing for the second time. It's an illegal pass. He threw it once, it ricocheted back into his hands.
Well, you like that. Boy, can you imagine the passing yards a guy might get if he could do that a few times.
And getting a lesson on the rules from Ken Lazarick.
Well, you can see he just fakes the pinball. He's going to set back, and there's Colin Scribner with a big paw up there. Gets the ball knocked down. Actually, that's Van Ways. Excuse me.
Legal pass. Toronto, second forward pass. 10-yard penalty. First down repeated.
Well, a guy could get some tremendous passing yardage in that if you keep doing that.
10-yard penalty, and it moves the football back to the Saskatchewan 53. John Jenkins, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he does a great job of organizing and making adjustments. He's very smart. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mr. Jenkins in a head coaching job somewhere in the future in the CFL.
Pass out in the flat for Mazzotti, and that's number 500 for Paul Mazzotti in his distinguished career with the Toronto Argonauts over 11 years. And they'll make the announcement. And Paul gets a nice salute from the fans here at Skydome.
Well, he just comes straight down. You can see him. He's working. Just finds a little spot by the sideline. That's just Mazzotti-type receptions right there. And then, of course, you got a hog time to bring him down. It's a nice catch and a nice milestone for Paul Mazzotti.
Now 2nd and 8 for Bell and the Argos. Looks right side again. Clemens has it. Tripped up by Ken Benson, but pinball has a first down. 15 yards, and the Argos offense is moving.
And they're huddling up quicker. They seem to be a little bit more energized right now. They're moving things. They almost have a little bit of a spark. Nice pass protection by Willie Williams on the newcomer Spicer there. Just a nice job throwing it out. Pinball, nice tackle by Benson. First down, and I detect a little bit of a swing of the momentum right now to the Toronto Argonauts side.
Argos defense played tough, and now it's the Toronto offense with the football at the Saskatchewan 27. Here comes the blitz from Saskatchewan. It's picked off. Terrell Ulmer has the football. Bell and Dimitrition back trying to cut him off. Cut back by Ulmer past Jude St. John, and he's still going. Now flips it off, and Todd McMillan. Touchdown, Saskatchewan.
Oh, baby!
Well, they sent the blitz, and Kerwin Bell picked off for only the 8th time this season.
As you say, they do bring the blitz. You take a look right here as he's coming across. There's Rogers coming. Here comes Donaldson on the corner right here. Nice job of reading. Ulmer steps in. He was aiming the ball for Darryl Mitchell, trying to force the ball in there, actually. Ulmer takes off, does a lot of running. You can see guys coming down. Rogers are all trying to get in there, help get him in the end zone. And he does just a nice job of laddering the ball right here to number 9, Todd McMillan, who takes it all the way for a touchdown.
Ulmer with his 3rd interception of the season, a 62-yard return. McMillan goes the final 30. It's a 92-yard play, and Saskatchewan has an 11-point lead.
Since we opened our Honda plant here, we've been keeping a lot of Canadian companies and the local mayor kind of busy. There were our first international exports, our 1 millionth Canadian-built Honda, and those international awards for quality. And now that we're proudly making Canada home to our new North American minivan plant, we expect the mayor will soon be running again.
Sure, you can do it, and Canadian Tire can help with everything you need at a price you'll like. Is it any wonder why Canadian Tire is still the right place to do it?
It was harvest time when a terrible accident changed John Paul's life forever. He was playing near a grain auger and fell onto the moving blades. Both his arms were severed. John Paul and other War Amps champs who have lost arms and legs in accidents appear on parade floats and television with a kids-to-kids warning.
Don't let it happen to you. Play safe.
Please call the War Amps about the materials available through the Play Safe program.
Play safe.
Saskatchewan Roughriders are last in the Canadian Football League in interceptions. That was just the 11th of the season for the Green Riders. And Kerwin Bell has been stingy throwing them, but that's a huge play. Just as you thought the momentum was going one way, it swings back in favor of Saskatchewan.
Well, I'm just watching the way you can sometimes tell things, how it's changing by the way that the team is getting out of the huddle. They seem to have a little bit more spark, a little bit more jump. Kerwin, as a result, was throwing the ball a little bit more effectively, but on that play, tried to force the ball, and Tyrell Elmer does a great job of stepping in front of it. Nice job of running, and we have a football game.
Between Ulmer and McMillan, they probably beat everybody on the Argos, plus the band on the field, to get it into the end zone. Here's Smith, and boy, he's got a burst. Tony Smith right through McCallum and out of touch at the Saskatchewan 50. Rick Walters got enough of Smith to force him out, but that's a 45-yard kickoff return for the newcomer to the Argo lineup.
Well, he always seems to find some guys. He's been very high on him, but let's take a look at the touchdown here. You can see here's Tyrell Elmer running around, looking for somebody, fighting off tackles. You know those offensive linemen, we don't do a lot of tackling drills. There's Darryl Mitchell trying to get in there. Does a nice job of lateraling it, and he just takes it the rest of the way. Smart heads-up football.
So the McMillan touchdown makes it 14-3 Saskatchewan, but the Argos get great field position on the return by Tony Smith.
And, you know, I was going to say that is something you just can't have. I mean, I know they got the lead. I know it's 14-3 and there's 9 minutes left in the second quarter, but you just don't want to give them any life. You know, you just want to be like the funeral director, pound the last nail into the coffin right now, and you want to keep them back. And to allow them to get a big return, it just puts Toronto in potential scoring position right now where they can at least come away with a field goal, where potentially if you kept them down deep, you can make them punt the ball.
Mike Moore, the backup running back, second-year man out of the Regina Rams, getting attention right in front of the Saskatchewan bench. Don Matthews still trying to improve his running game and his return game, and he may have found the answer in Tony Smith.
Well, watch, you can see Benson not only doesn't make a lot of tackles on the defense, but look at O'Shea. I mean, this is two-stepping music right here. I tell you, we got to get a little country song being played there. The dog died and the wife left home, and that was good music. Got a two-step in there, guys.
Now Kerwin goes to work, swings it out to pinball, and Clements breaks a tackle down to the 42-yard line. Ernie Brown, from his defensive tackle position, came up with the stop.
Well, they're going back to what worked before, and that's swing pinball out. Get in him the ball in any way you possibly can, and let him do what he does best, and that's after he catches the football. Puts him a second and short. Now they can utilize a full extent of their Argonaut playbook.
Clements has 5 catches. Mitchell still doesn't have one. The interception thrown by Bell was intended for Mitchell. We believe the first pass thrown 87's way so far this afternoon. 2nd and 2. There's the big fella, Tony Smith, and he stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Shannon Garrett stepped up to make the tackle. See if Smith was able to fall forward enough for the first down.
Well, I think he's going to be short still, but just a great job of coming off the corner by Shannon Garrett, as you said, slicing in there and tackling Tony Smith and limiting to maybe 1 yard. Just a good job.
They got a decision to make here. It's 3rd down, over a yard to go. We saw Saskatchewan successfully gamble at the goal line on 3rd and 2, but this is no gimme for Don Matthews.
No, that's just remember they had Robert Drummond last year. They'd go 2nd and 3, and they'd go 3rd and 2, they'd go for it.
Now Smith is a force. Let's see what he can do here. Right side, tripped up and stopped. Short of the first down, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders have turned it over on downs.
Well, this is one of those things where he should have tried to get to the outside. He follows his offensive lineman. I think he gets too tight to him, trips up, falls. Let's watch him right now. You can see 53 or 56 right there. He trips over 53. Allows the defender to come back in and make the play and stop him short of the first down. Big turnover. And I tell you what that does is it negates the big return by Tony Smith on the kickoff.
So things going Saskatchewan's way. And the Roughriders take over at their own 42 with 7:35 remaining in the first half. Slack with time over the middle and has a completion into Argo territory. Once again, it's Dan Farthing with the catch, working against Antonio Spotter.
Well, we've been doing this a lot lately, Chris. Every time we kind of get down on somebody about not catching a lot of footballs, all of a sudden you see he's getting a lot right now. You can see Mike O'Shea right here, just misses the tip, gets in his depth, but the nice job of running the route by far, they get behind the linebacker in front of the defensive back, makes a nice catch and a nice first down.
Tony Smith replaying that third down gamble at the Argo sideline. First down, Saskatchewan. Farthing again, the intended receiver. Stopped there by Adrian Smith, who stepped in front of Farthing.
Well, he's got a lot of catches. He's got 5 catches right now. Farthing last week he only had 4 for 34. He's well above that this week. Just does a nice job. But as you say, one of the nice things about a Toronto defense is Don Matthews put so much importance on the cornerback position. Adrian Smith and Donald Smith. They have great closing speed. The ability to come back to the football. And they did that. Just a great example of that by Adrian Smith and Don Farthing the last play.
2nd and 10, Saskatchewan. Pump fake by Slack, and he's got Narcisse wide open. And what a job by Narcisse to keep his feet in bounds. And it's 194 consecutive games with at least 1 reception for the incomparable Donald Narcisse.
Well, you just got to like him. We talked to Jim Daly. Jim Daly said he's like wine. He just gets better with age. They don't know when he's going to stop playing. I mean, he has a 1,000-yard receiver. Here he comes right now. Does a nice job getting behind Donald Smith, catches it, and keeps the feet in bounds. Great job of catching, but a great job of concentration and knowing where you are on the football field.
28 yards for Narcisse. First down, Saskatchewan. Here's Zarka over the middle. Had a little trouble getting a handle on the football, and he's down to the 20-yard line. Chris Zarka last week had a 45-yard screen pass against the Calgary Stampeders.
Well, let's take another look at the Narcisse catch. We can see he goes going to go up for the ball. He's going to come down. Gets that 1 foot in. Just a nice job. Good call by the referee. These referees have to go for eye tests all the time. And here's Chris Zarka. And I think had he done it, but you can see Mike O'Shea, he read the play. He was where he should have been in his drop, and he would have put him up anyway.
2nd and 5 from the 20. Slack, good protection, goes back to Narcisse. It's another first down, and this Saskatchewan offense is getting untracked. Adrian Smith the tackle, but Narcisse now with that catch should be very close to 1,000 yards on the season.
Well, he was 34 yards short, Chris, and I tell you what, he might be very well over the 1,000 yards this time. But just a nice job of running. Look at him come inside here. Here he goes. Nice job. And I got to tell you, let's give credit to Reggie Slack. He is throwing these balls on a rope right now. The coverage is good. They're right there. They're in the picture. Nice throws, nice catch.
He's over 1,000, 8th time in his career. That ties the CFL record. Co-held by former Saskatchewan Roughrider great Ray Elgard. First and goal, Saskatchewan. Slack the option, and Reggie shakes off 1 tackle and gets to the 4. He ran through the safety, Lester Smith. Donald Smith brings him down.
Now, I know we talked about Toronto having all the team speed, and that's how you defeat the option, is team speed. You've got to have somebody coming from the backside, because if you put Reggie Slack in a situation where he's one-on-one, he's going to make you miss, as he did Lester Smith. If it's not for the other guys coming to help, he's in the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 4 as Saskatchewan trying to put the Argos on the ropes early. 4 minutes to go, first half. Slack in trouble, and O'Shea wraps him up and drives him back. Big stand for the Argo D, led by the middle linebacker.
This is the play that's caused problems for the Saskatchewan offense all day. Every time they have success at getting to Reggie, they're bringing everybody. Again, they do it again. Look at all the guys there. They're bringing everybody. You can see Wiltshire. You can see they just don't have enough guys to pick them up. Michael O'Shea, Simmons are all in there making a tackle. You don't have the opportunity to get the ball off.
So McCallum comes in on 3rd down. And puts it through, and the Saskatchewan lead is now 2 converted touchdowns. 3:27 to play, first half. Riders on top.
Mono, 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 mono.
Know why so many people prefer mono insulating foam?
No, why?
Well, mono includes gloves.
Mono, mono.
Other stuff doesn't. For energy efficiency, mono foam has the full Power Smart endorsement.
Mono has it. Mono really has it.
Other stuff,
And get this.
Mono is safer to use because unlike some other products, mono is non-flammable during application.
Mono, mono, get the
Hey,
mono, mono,
why would you do
get the
anything
mono,
but?
get the mono.
Yeah.
You can see there's Cal Murphy, my old coach for 13, 14 years in Winnipeg. Last year just working with the running backs and receivers. This year the offensive coordinator. Got to be happy with the way things are working right now.
Conferring with Saunders and Slack. An intense Argo pressure. And there was somebody open, but Reggie was looking to the other side of the field.
Well, you know what? Everybody that's an armchair quarterback can sit back there. We can do the same thing and say, why doesn't he throw the ball? But the problem is Toronto will give you that same look a lot of the times and drop everybody. So it's not necessarily written in stone that they're going to bring them all. They have been on this occasion in this first half, as you say, farthing wide open. Could have been a major TD.
Well, for the first time today, Donald Narcisse a factor in the Saskatchewan offense as McCallum kicks it off. Smith again fakes the reverse. Tony Smith, more positive yardage on kickoff returns for the Argos across the 37. I mentioned that we saw Narcisse in the last series. The big question so far, where has Daryl Mitchell been this afternoon? Riders have held him in check so far.
Well, they've done a great job of bumping him on the line, not allowing him to come free. You know, his favorite pattern is coming across the middle. He's not allowed to have that success today. The front four is doing a good job of putting pressure on. Just an overall good defensive scheme right now by the Saskatchewan Roughriders. But Daryl Mitchell's the kind of athlete, as good as he is, he's not going to be like the old novel where you're going to be going, where's Waldo? This guy's going to come to life, and you know they're going to try to get him the ball.
Have an injured Toronto Argonaut, Maurice Miller, shaken up on the last kickoff. Let's join Mark.
Well, Terrell Ulmer is still talking about that big pick of Kerwin Bell there in the second quarter. He was telling me that they were in man coverage on that play, that his man, Dwayne Dimitrition, stayed into block, so he was freed up. And so, unfortunately for Kerwin Bell, he was throwing into the teeth of double coverage on that play as Ulmer dropped off to pick up Daryl Mitchell. But he says double coverage is not the plan for this game. They have the personnel, he says, to go one-on-one with Daryl Mitchell, and they will continue to try to jam him to prevent him from going across the middle of the field. That has been his most lucrative passing route so far this season.
It's an interesting plan because no other team has been able to make it work so far this year.
Well, I tell you what, Purolator or FedEx is going to be getting a lot of business out of Saskatchewan if this holds true for the rest of the game, because they're all going to say, what did you do to have that kind of success?
On the right-hand side of your screen, there's Jerry Townsend, the athletic therapist, and asked us to wish Michaela, his one-year-old daughter, a happy birthday today.
Happy birthday. You want to sing her a song? I heard you got a kind of a good voice.
Well, that's you, the karaoke.
Don't you have a little opera in your background?
So a happy birthday to Michaela, and it doesn't look like Maurice Miller is too badly shaken up. What about Daryl Mitchell? First down, Toronto. And here's Bell over the middle, and Andrew English was put there. Big hit by the safety. That's the guy you were talking about in the opening, Mario Smith.
That's right. Mario Smith is like a pit bull on a bone, boy. Andrew Smith comes across the middle. Just a nice job of coming on him and knocking him loose.
I've got to quit. I hate this.
The Habitrol Stop Smoking system isn't just a patch. It's a complete support program proven to more than double your chances of quitting. Add power to your will. Habitrol. Call us now.
Thanks. You know who you remind me of? Little Red Riding Hood. Come to see her sick granny with a big basket full of A&W Teen Burgers. Grill seasoned, pure beef.
Buddy, I need a little TLC.
Now buy a grill seasoned teen burger and get the second for just 49 cents.
Hey, it's feed of fever, feed of cold, right?
Well, we talked about this guy right here, Mario Smith, the Mike Tyson of the CFL, the pit bull. Watch him. He's just going to drop back in his coverage, the free safety position, kind of a rover. Sees the ball coming, Andrew English. Boom! Helmet, hands, everything. Little operation on the old liver there.
The separator, 2nd and 10. Bell can't find anybody left side. Look out, Kerwin. Down he goes with penalty markers on the field. Dwayne Patterson with the sack. And the indications from the Roughriders, the flag was going against Toronto. And of course, Saskatchewan will decline.
Offside, Toronto, number 82, declined.
Nigel Williams offside. Chris, last week, Bell 501 yards passing, 83 in the first half so far today.
Well, and I just like the way that Dwayne Patterson does this job. I mean, he gets blocked by Willie Williams, who does a nice job of pushing him outside the pocket. You can see Sutton with the jam. Now that is a jam right there. And very lucky to get away with that one. Jamming Nigel Williams to the ground. But I like the hustle of the defense, not giving up, keeping after him, and as a result, Toronto's punting.
7th sack of the season for Patterson, forces Toronto into a punting situation. Curtis Mayfield, the lone man back. Fontaine. And now Mayfield. Curtis Mayfield looking for a seam, and up to the 39. 46-yard Prefontaine punt, 10-yard return. Here's Mark.
Well, Mario Smith, it appears, loves to use those forearms and those forearm pads to dish out punishment. This was the scene last week in the game against Calgary as Jeff Garcia tries to come through the middle and is taking a lick right on the bridge of his nose. Here's another look from the low angle. The forearm smashed right to the bridge of Jeff Garcia's nose, broke the quarterback's nose, and that was a very firm introduction he made against the Stampeders.
Jim Daly felt that he set the tone in that game for his defense, and everybody wearing green and white followed suit. First down, Saskatchewan, flag down, and the play is whistled before it gets underway. Chris, I think this is a big series for Saskatchewan, an offside against the Argos. With 2:23 to go, they already lead by 14, and they've got the Argos down. They could make it even worse.
Well, offside, Toronto, number 91, still first down.
Well, you can see he just jumps. That's Reggie Slack. You see he's getting number 91 who jumps on that one. That's just a voice fluctuation on that one. Change the snap count. He jumps trying to anticipate. But one of the things that I think is really a strange scenario unfolding here is that's the 4th offside for a Toronto coach team.
Maxey that time. 1st and 5. And Slack, beautiful play action over the top. And it falls incomplete, looking for Larry Thompson.
Nice job of Reggie trying to he gets one-on-one coverage. Larry Thompson relatively quiet. Tries to take him deep.
Donald Smith didn't bite on the fake by Slack. Mark?
At halftime, the Mutual Admiration Society, that's marvelous Darryl Mitchell and the man for the ages, Don Narcisse. They'll get together and talk about breaking records and racking up yards coming up in about 2 minutes.
Well, Narcisse over 1,000 yards to tie another CFL mark today. Mookie has been shut out so far, and there's a nice strip by Marcelo Simmons. As Saunders looked like he had a catch and a big first down over the middle.
Well, again, they're blitzing. Toronto's bringing everybody, and what happens as a result is the open is in the middle. Saunders recognizes it, comes into the middle. Reggie throws it on the rope, but as I say, just a nice job of coverage. Way to strip the football.
And now, The momentum turns to give the Argos an opportunity to put a different face on this first half with 2:13 to go. Plenty of time to do some damage. Tony Smith. He's been dangerous so far today. And Smith across the 30 to the 32. Dan Rashevich, 38 years of age, leading the tacklers downfield. And once again, getting a lot of heat on Hunter Paul McCallum.
You gotta like this guy. I tell you what, here's a guy 15th year in the league, 12th with Regina. I mean, just does such a nice job. He's got 19 special team tackles coming into the game. You know, he's been relegated. He's been starting last 2 weeks now, but before that, you know, he's been sitting. He's been just doing the special team thing. Never whines, never complains, but knows that if he gets the opportunity, he'll do what it takes, and he makes plays.
Second in the CFL in special teams tackles. Kerwin Bell. There's Mookie. First catch of the day, but not much doing over on that side of the field. Good pursuit by the Saskatchewan defense. You talked about yards after the catch. Not much there.
Well, definitely. And this is a play we haven't seen him go to all. They ran this a lot last week against Edmonton. The hitch pass, getting the offensive lineman out in front of him. But just a real nice job of Danielson and Eric Sutton limiting the play to about 4 yards and not allowing him to turn it up and create more havoc for the Saskatchewan defense.
Catch number 120 on the season for Mitchell. 2nd and 7. Bell with time. Mitchell again, first down, and he's pushed out at the 52-yard line by Vincent Donaldson. But that's 17 yards for Daryl Mitchell.
Well, 121 catches. He's projected for 164. The CFL record, obviously, 126 by Alan Pitts in 1994. They just got Wayne Demetrician running deep. They just kind of spread everybody out right now. He just folds underneath. Nice catch, and as you said, turns it up. Donaldson has to come over and knock him out of bounds.
And now he is one shy of the Argo team record of 122 set last year by pinball. Bell with time, looking downfield for Nigel Williams. Closest man to the ball, though, was safety Mario Smith. And Kerwin Bell slow to get up. Dwayne Patterson bringing the heat again.
Well, here's a guy, Dwayne Patterson, who had 3 quarterback sacks last time when they met the first game of the football this year in the CFL in July the 3rd. He's been a thorn all night, too. He's got good pressure, keeps working, good work ethic, puts Kerwin on the ground, and the ball is kind of not being thrown with as much effectiveness as I've seen Kerwin Bell throw the football.
Well, Saskatchewan's put on the heat today, although I don't know if it's any more than he's faced most of the season. Bell again up for grabs. He's got English. Nice move by Andrew English. And a saving tackle there by Eric Sutton. 43 yards for English.
Well, they bring Sean Garrett on a blitz. You know you're going to get man coverage downfield. Does a nice job of folding back inside. Nice throw. We just talked about Kerwin's throw. Look at this. Right over Terrell Almer's hand. Beautiful catch, concentration, makes a nice move. Andrew English comes in there. Eric Sutton has to drag him down, but a big play by the Toronto defense. You can see him right now between. This guy goes in between Sutton and Almer. Nice job.
Argos down to the Saskatchewan 15-yard line on the catch by English. Bell with time, looks into the end zone. Williams, and he can't bring it down. Shannon Garrett was there covering. Yesterday, Kerwin Bell told me he thought Nigel Williams was the last piece of the puzzle for this Argo offense. He really believes that he complements Clemens and Mitchell so well as the big target.
Well, anytime you got a receiver that's 6'4", 6'5", and can run the way Nigel Williams can run, obviously you're going to love him because he can do he can split the seams. He can get downfield and opens up a lot of stuff underneath.
These are the numbers in the red zone.
I know, this is the big thing. 6 touchdowns and 16 attempts. It's 37.5% if you're using your calculator. But the nice thing is you want to be around the 50%. If you're down here, you want to come away with something.
2nd and 10, Demetrician, and he is run over by Andrew Stewart. A big defensive play by Saskatchewan and the former Argo in the middle of it.
Nice job of recognizing it. You know, Andrew Stewart, he remembers some of these plays. I mean, he was here in Toronto for a couple of years. He sees that You know, Demetrician sneaking out the backside, stays with him, does a nice job, tackles him, forces a field goal.
46 seconds to play, first half. And Eric Vigos in. And Saskatchewan calling timeout. Giving Vigos some extra time to think about it, and Jim Daly buying a little more time for his offense.
I think they're one man short out there.
Well, you knew Andrew Stewart would be revved up today. No secret that by the end of his stay in Toronto, he and Don Matthews were not on the same page.
Well, you know what that is, and that's just the fact that Don Matthews does not like individuals to receive a lot of glory. Yeah, he's got the Daryl Mitchells and he's got the Kerwin Bells, and last year he had the Doug Flutys and the Pinballs. But on defense, he really likes to be known as a group effort. And Andrew Stewart, who was leading the team in sacks at the time, they kind of got on each other a little bit, but he's a real force for Saskatchewan, and I guess just a real presence in the locker room as a leader.
27-yard field goal attempt, and Vigos misses it left side. And that will take a little luster off the drive for Toronto just as their offense was moving the football. They have to settle for one, 17-4. Vigos has been struggling since opening his CFL career, 8 of his first 8.
Well, we talked about that. The fact that he was 100%, he's only about 60% right now in the last games he's been playing. What a nice job by Saskatchewan of calling a timeout, allowing them to get the ball back with 46 or 39 seconds down and possibly put some more points in the football.
13-point lead.
Let's take a look at the snap here. It's good. You can see the hold. It spins the laces.
But the end result, not what the Argos were looking for. There's Saunders on the ground, breaking a tackle or two. And Saunders up to the 50. Everybody's surprised about the running play. 15-yard gain, though. And an injured Argo, Marcelo Simmons, is slow to get up. And that'll stop the clock.
Well, just a nice job of the offensive line getting off the ball right here. Look at the nice blocks to traps right here. That's a great job. Terry up there leading away. This is a nice job. And, of course, Simmons missing the tackle. Might have pulled something. Sometimes when you're leading one way and leading, you can see right now there's Simmons right there trying to come back in. Slips a little bit. Nice job of Saunders to make a miss. Just a nice run. Not a surprising play. You know that they're not going to take too many chances. Take what they can get. If they get a big run, maybe it'll open up something for the pass.
Eric Johnson will replace Simmons. Hobbling to the Argos sidelines. 32 seconds remaining. The ball at the Saskatchewan 50. And the Roughriders attempting to add to a 13-point lead. Pass over the middle. Saunders has a first down and wisely steps out of bounds. 22 seconds still left on the clock. A 17-yard gain as Saskatchewan moving into field goal position.
Well, a nice play right here. You got nobody in the backfield. Everybody is out. You're spreading the entire defense. Just a little fill over the middle to Saunders. He gets the ball, scampers for a first down, and puts himself in Toronto territory. And a little bit more yards, and they'll be in field goal range.
They are close now. Would be a 50-yard attempt. Callum has hit from 52 on the season. Slack and left to make it a little easier for him. That pass knocked down at the line.
Jermaine Haley getting up there. Getting up there. Putting the big paw up. Good job by the offensive line and giving Reggie time to throw the ball. But defensive linemen are taught that if you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up, get in his vision, maybe knock the ball down, and that's exactly what Jermaine Haley does right there. You can see right now he's going to be rushing right now on 60 right here. He's going to put his hands up right there. Nice job.
Chris Zarka has checked in for Sean Daniels with a play from Cal Murphy on the sidelines. And the draw play went right into Jermaine Haley. And that is a loss, which will likely take them out of field goal range.
Well, you sometimes wonder about that, but the fact is that they really anticipated that Toronto was only going to rush 4. They figured they'd get a lane right through there, get the lead. You can see Zarka going up there. Unfortunately, James Monroe, the center, does not get his block on Jermaine Haley, who beats him to the inside. As you say, throws him for a loss, and now it makes it a really long field goal from a little bit of a different angle from the right-hand hash.
Well, they'll try a 53-yarder, which would be the furthest for Paul McCallum on the year. Clock running down in this first half. Sarkisian with the hold, and the kick is short, and Tonyson will lug it out. And look out! Boy, it opened up for a moment, but Smith is upended to end the first half.
Nice job of Colin Scribner. The big boys do not like to cover on field goal. They know it. They know if it's going to be short, they're going to run it out. Does a great job, but Scribner, Johnny in the spot, limits it, and we go into halftime, 17-4 in favor of the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Yeah, I'm reviewing our long-distance phone bill since leaving TELUS, and I thought the savings would be more. This is as low as it gets. Don't a few pennies is better than nothing me. I have been embarrassed by what has been going on here, and I can't go back to this. There's got to be a better. Yes, put me down for 100. It's the Save the Pelicans Fund. Good organization. If there weren't any pelicans, there'd be too many fish.
It was a triumph of spirit. The war was over.
On the one hand, there was joy and euphoria from it having ended. On the other hand, it was kind of picking up the pieces again and all the difficulties associated with that.
Jan and Hilda Pranger had a dream of opportunity for their children and perhaps owning a small business in a land of freedom. They found it in a place called Canada.
And one of the reasons they came over here was because Canada needed people to work. He bought this company, I think, for $3,500, and there wasn't much to it other than a truck.
Today, their son Nick is focused on the same vision as a CIBC general manager of small business.
The greatest pleasure is just from seeing clients succeed in business.
With the $100 million Small Business Job Creation Loan Fund, he's helping many small business owners liberate their dreams.
It makes me feel like I've contributed.
Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Seeing beyond.
Where's your Aussie friend now?
Right here. The Subaru Forester. With 30% more horsepower than a Honda CR-V, it's one sport utility that's full of surprises.
Like me, for example.
Break through to the new world of Mach 3 from Gillette. The first triple blade shaving system. 3 blades specially positioned to shave progressively closer. You take 1 stroke, it takes 3. So you don't have to shave the same area over and over, which means less irritation. 3 blades, fewer strokes, less irritation. Mach 3 from Gillette.
The CFL on CBC. Brought to you by TELUS. Basic human communication.
Welcome back to the Sky Dome in Toronto, where the Gargoyles keep watch over the CFL. At the half, it's an upset in the making. Saskatchewan leading Toronto 17-4. Well, the CFL is witnessing a rare eclipse this season, watching young sophomore Darryl Mitchell put so many great receivers in his shadow, among them Terry Greer, Pinball Clemens, and the 12-year veteran Donald Narcisse of the Saskatchewan Roughriders. But even as Mitchell goes about eclipsing all of their records, at least one of his rivals is watching not with resignation, but with admiration. Enduring, Donald Narcisse has caught a pass in every game he's played as a Rough Rider. That's 193 in a row, a pro football record. Sophomore Darryl Mitchell is on pace for the most spectacular single season on record. And if these receivers have one thing in common, it's an uncommon work ethic.
He's a guy that's got 119 catches. I have 79. I know I'm 40 away from him, but he's having a great season. He's doing a great job.
Playing against Narcisse, I mean, I just like everything about the guy. He's a real tough receiver. He makes plays, and I like to see him do his dance. I think he got me with that dance. I can't dance like that.
He's doing a great job in handling it. You know, he's going day in, day out, and proving that he can get the job done. Because everybody knows he's going to get the ball, and he's going out there still getting it.
You know, when I talk with guys on our team, you know, I really look up to guys like that, like Narcisse and Pitts, the guys that have been in this league a while and still, you know, making plays, breaking records.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna just shatter everything. He's at 119 right now. He could take it all the way to 140 or 146 or whatever. But he's doing a great job. Just taking one catch at a time and go from there.
I know Donald. He's been in this league a while. He's played in so many games, so I know he has that same mentality too. That he have to go out, he have to make the plays, and like you said, in order for each team to win, we both have to catch the ball.
Because I'm always looking, I'm always counting. I always ask him, do you know your stats? I said, man, I keep up my stats during the game. He had 16 the other week, and I was like, man, I remember I got to 15, and I knew I had 15. And it's just go out there, man, and be competitive. You know, I'm going to go out there. When I see him play, when I see him make the catch, I want to go out there and just do a little better than him.
I'm out on the field and I'm going up against a defensive back. You know, it's a one-on-one situation. I mean, defensive backs, you know, they're talented too. They're going to make plays. But when it's time, when the game is on the line, I have to beat you. You know, I mean, that's the mentality that I have.
You know, dreams do come true. Everybody been telling me I was too small and wasn't fast enough, and you can see on the football field how I could run by some people sometimes. You give me enough time, but you just go, you know, you just got to be relaxed and just go out there and get the job done.
Even days that Coach Matthews give us an easy day, I'm still out there going 100%. Because I just feel the way you practice is just the way you play in the games, and that's just been embedded in me since day one.
I want him to have a good game, you know, just concentrate, and he's been doing a great job in that, but I want to have a better game than him, you know, and I just want to go out there and be productive on the football field, and whatever comes my way, I want to catch it and just make things happen for my team.
So far today, Narcisse has the upper hand with 2 catches for 41 yards. Mitchell, 2 for 20. Perhaps more importantly, though, Saskatchewan leads Toronto 17-4 at the half.
Now the Tex-Mex McWraps are at McDonald's. People are extremely inspired. Get a taste of Tex-Mex right here in Canada with Tex-Mex McWraps. A delicious new McWrap taste with fresh toppings. Seasoned chicken, Tex-Mex sauce, and sun-dried tomato dressing. But you better hurry in. They won't be here long.
Hey, Romeo, you're Juliet. She lives next door.
Every Hollywood studio uses Dolby technology for realistic sound.
Hello? Anyone there?
But only one satellite system brings genuine Dolby surround sound into your living room. Subscribe this fall, and you'll get a month of premium movies, plus 2 movies from Viewer's Choice, and up to $200 in additional programming, all free. Like movies? Star Choice is the ticket.
Dakota builds some of the toughest, most comfortable work boots you can buy. And you can only buy them at Canada's footwear experts, Mark's Work Warehouse.
Pretty much anywhere in Alberta, your TELUS Mobility.
Welcome to Pro Tips. With me today is that big bruising running back, nicknamed Diesel, otherwise known as Sean Millington. Take it away, Sean.
Thanks, Chris. Today we're going to learn the proper technique for receiving and carrying a handoff. Most important thing is to get your arm closest to the quarterback, up above your chest, and your other arm down beneath your stomach to create a good target for the quarterback to put the ball into. Then you close over it, secure the ball with your forefingers over the point of the ball, close up against your ribs, and tight in against your bicep so that nobody can get it out. You want to try it, Mike? Sure. All right, here we go. Hut. There you go, good technique. Good to see that. All right, guys, let's form two lines. We'll hand the ball off back and forth, and we'll try that a little bit.
There you have it.
Hut.
Another great tip from a present pro passed on to some future pros. Great job, guys.
Thanks.
What a work.
Keep going, guys. Good job, guys.
And back at the Skydome in Toronto, Saskatchewan, shutting down Daryl Mitchell and the potent Argo offense while striking deep into the heart of that dominant defense for a 17-4 lead at the half. And with their first half analysis, up to the booth to the big dog, Chris Walby and Chris Cuthbert.
And you better hold on to that football tight in a game dominated by the defenses. You know, Chris, people in Saskatchewan have been saying once our defense gets back together because of the injuries, they're going to be tough, and they were in the first half.
Well, they did a great job today. You know, aside for the one big catch by Andrew English, they basically shut down the receiving core. Daryl Mitchell's 2 catches, 20 yards. Not many teams have been able to do that the first half.
Argo's defense tough too, but Reggie Slack opened things up with a big run.
Well, look at here. This is one of the things. He's stronger, he's bigger, and he's quicker, and he will not slide. Most quarterbacks will do that Steve Young slide. He'll try and run over you. That's just a great play. And right here you can see they're trying to force the ball to Daryl Mitchell. Ulmer, Johnny on the spot, jumps back, picks it off, and after a run, laterals it to the model, Todd McMillan, who takes it the rest of the way for the touchdown. The only thing that's been giving Reggie Slack trouble is when they bring everybody, and I mean everybody. They're bringing 8 guys. They've had some problems handling that blitz.
Yeah, they destroyed Troy Kopp a couple of weeks ago, but Slack's a different guy, a veteran guy who has handled it with some success today. Let's take a look at the quarterback numbers in the first half.
Well, you can see Reggie Slack, 13 for 21, 139 yards. Kerwin Bell, 141 passing yards, but most of that on the last drive, and of course the big pass to Andrew English. 1 interception, big key interception for the touchdown. Todd McMillan for Saskatchewan, but I like what Reggie Slack is doing right now, the way he's mixing it up. Look for some big things the second half.
Now, we thought these two guys might dominate today. Hasn't happened yet.
No, we haven't. I mean, these are 2 of the biggest names right now, and 2 for 41, 2 for 20. We just saw the halftime feature. They both have an admiration society for each other. Just a great thing. But you know what? The reason these guys are pros is they play 60 minutes. We've only played 30.
Yeah, Daryl just 5 away from matching a CFL record for catches in a season. Second half, straight ahead with the Green Riders on top.
Say hello to the 1999 Nissan Pathfinder. With air conditioning, CD audio system, and shift on the fly 4-wheel drive. Adventure has never felt this comfortable before. Check out the 1999 Pathfinder now during our Come In for a Spin event at your local Nissan dealer.
It's the way we welcome the sun with 35 sunblock. The way some of the best water now mostly comes in bottles. It's the way we make time for exercise and like to enjoy reading. Today, more and more people are finding reasons to take better care of themselves. That's why Subway offers 7 subs, each under 6 grams of fat. Because when you're through surfing, you might want to go for a swim. Subway, it's the way a sandwich should be.
You know what else we need in this backyard?
A garage.
At more than 270 home building centers, we have lots of amazing things. We've got your lumber. We've got your plans.
Now this is perfect.
We've got everything you need for your building or renovation project.
Hey, how about these for the dining room?
Home Building Center, we've got your lumber.
What if we needed another bedroom?
Ericsson is a world leader in digital communication. We make phones so small, they go just about anywhere.
Well, not many similarities between this game and last year's Grey Cup championship in Edmonton between these two teams. See if Kerwin Bell can get this Argo offense untracked in the second half. Jim Daly must like his position, but be a little wary of what the Argos are capable of.
Well, this is where coaches get paid the money. Adjustments. Going into halftime saying, hey guys, this thing's been working, what do we got to do? This is the adjustment we got to make to take away that play. This is where they're going to make it or break it right now.
So McCallum has it on the tee, and we are underway with the second half at Skydome. And again, it's Tony Smith across the 40-yard line. Let's check the numbers through 30 minutes of football here in Toronto.
Well, it was even worse the first quarter, but still the time of possession 17 minutes to 12 in favor of Saskatchewan. And that's one of the things we said would have to happen for them to have any success against the Argonauts. First downs 12-7. First downs are not really indicative, but the net yards right here, 147 to 147. Big point right there. But I still like the fact that they're holding onto the ball and limiting Toronto's offensive opportunities.
Here's Kerwin Bell, and he hooks up with Pinball Clements on his first pass of the second half, close to the first down marker. Ken Benson in coverage against the Pinball, who was the Argos' most dangerous receiver in the first half.
Well, they just got an open backfield. They're spreading everybody else. 6 Packer receivers. He's looking downfield. He goes outside to Pinball. He's hoping to get Pinball to beat his tackler, but Benson is wrapping him up, giving him the catch, but not letting him go any farther.
9 yards for Clements. 6th catch of the game, 49 yards. And 2nd and 1. The Argos stopped on a 3rd and 1, another of the big plays in the opening half. Ball goes back to Smith, and this time he pounds it down across the first down marker.
Well, less than a yard to go. They just had it. They're not going to do anything fancy this time. They're just going to drive straight ahead with the offensive lineman. Double tight. Let's take a look at Big Willie Williams. Gets off the ball on Spicer. Turns him to the outside. If you do have a stalemate, the biggest thing you want to do is put your butt in the hole, not his. That way there's an opening. Now we, you know, we're pretty slender back there. You know that, eh?
Yeah. First down at the 52. And Bell, there's Clements again, and Pinball drilled at the Saskatchewan 51 again by Benson. That's an interesting matchup. Former teammates, Benson, one of the premier linebackers in the league, against the great Pinball Clements.
Well, they line him in the backfield, and all he does, he just runs straight to the flat, just a flat pattern. Give him the ball, McMillan misses him, but he gets wrapped up by Benson.
7 more for Clements, and Bell looking at 2nd and 3. Dimitrition and leads the receiver too far, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And Bell upset with himself after that incompletion.
Well, that would have had to be a super throw, because the way they were going away, they were angling away. Shannon Garrett had great coverage on him. It would have had to be a perfectly thrown rainbow throw where it had to come over the top. Just a nice job of coverage by Shannon Garrett.
So Mayfield will drop deep to accept the punt of Noel Prefontaine on 3rd down.
That's number 21.
And the left footer sends one inside the 10, and Mayfield's going to let it bounce into the end zone and through for a single point. So it's now a 12-point lead for Saskatchewan. A 71-yard single for Noel Prefontaine early in the second half.
Say hello to the 1999 Nissan Pathfinder. With air conditioning, CD audio system, and shift-on-the-fly 4-wheel drive. Adventure has never felt this comfortable before. Check out the 1999 Pathfinder now during our Come In for a Spin event at your local Nissan dealer.
Now the Tex-Mex McWraps are at McDonald's. People are extremely inspired. Get a taste of Tex-Mex right here in Canada with Tex-Mex McWraps. A delicious new McWrap taste with fresh toppings. Seasoned chicken, Tex-Mex sauce, and sun-dried tomato dressing. But you better hurry in. They won't be here long.
Hey, Romeo, you're Juliet. She lives next door.
Some folks think my Subaru Outback here is just for exotic adventures. Truth is, it's good for the everyday stuff, too. You know, like running down to the store, picking up the mail. The secret, full-time all-wheel drive. Something you just won't find in a Cherokee or a Blazer. Comes in handy when you, say, wait for a hair appointment.
Right with you, mate.
You know why I wear a hat.
17-5, Saskatchewan leading Toronto as we return to the bright lights of the Sky Dome. And is there a more consistent and enduring image than this man, Donald Narcisse, with 2 more catches today for 41 yards. He has now achieved his 8th 1,000-yard season in receiving. Says he'd like to get 1,000 catches on his career. That leaves 142 more to go, Chris.
Couple today. We've seen that Narcisse walk on a couple of occasions. Sean Daniels with a short carry. Well, over the 194 games in the Canadian Football League, he's been on the end of passes from a lot of different people.
You know, that I must feel pretty old because I remember playing with this guy, with Burgess. I tell you, he was here, Benjamin was here, Lucius Floyd. I think I know them all.
Oh, we get Lucius Floyd in there, I guess.
Halfback option pass.
2nd and 7 for Saskatchewan. Paul Narcisse's number in this situation a lot. Pressure on Slack. Who dumps it off? Saunders puts his head down, and Wiltshire wasn't budging. Kelly Wiltshire didn't move an inch when Saunders tried to go through him.
Well, he just stood his ground, and then he did a little flex off, little pose off after that hit.
Well, let's listen to this collision.
You gotta love that emotion out there. This is a game of emotion, of strength, and you can see he won that battle, but the game is a long time from over.
McCallum punting it away, and from his 21, here's Smith. Rashevich was clipped and unable to make the tackle, but the penalty marker comes down as Smith is down. And while they sort out the flag, here's Mark.
Hey, Chris, just a quick break to let you know we've got our Thanksgiving Day Monday doubleheader coming up next week, beginning with the Argos at the Alouettes at 1 Eastern from Montreal, and right after that from Winnipeg, Manitoba, it's the Eskimos and the Blue Bombers. Game 2 of our Thanksgiving Day doubleheader next Monday on CFL on CBC.
And the Blue Bombers still in it. This is for the first time this year. We're on with the first game of the weekend, Chris. Lions, Calgary, Edmonton at Montreal, Winnipeg at Hamilton tomorrow. And Rashevich was blocked from behind, and it pushes the Argonauts back to their own 15-yard line. Owen Bell stands in the pocket, and Nigel Williams comes back to the football for a catch in front of Todd McMillan.
Well, they haven't gone to Nigel Williams too much today, and as you say, nice job of running the route. And one of the things that I like about Nigel Williams, you can see the delivery of the ball, but as reception is caught, Nigel Williams is working his way back to the quarterback. You can't stress that enough, keeping the defender away from the ball. Only he can catch the football. Nice job, an equally nice job on McMillan, taking him down after the catch, putting him in 2nd and short.
9-yard gain. It is 2nd and 1. Williams with a couple of touchdowns last week in the game against Edmonton. So Smith, the lone back behind Bell, takes the handoff and hurdles for a first down up to the 29. McMillan again on the tackle. talked about Tony Smith running the gauntlet in practice this week, trying to get him acclimatized to the physical contact again after missing so much action. Broken collarbone in the preseason.
And you're right. And the biggest thing is, you know, you cannot expect a guy to come in first game after never playing for such a long period of time and instantly become productive. He needs to feel it in the game. Sure, he ran the gauntlet drill and the guys were hitting him and taunting him and pulling up the football, but nothing like game action to put you back in.
Here's Bell looking deep, looking for Williams, who was jostled there in a nice battle with Eric Sutton, and the ball falls incomplete. Ernie Brown forcing the pressure on Bell, and John Jenkins back to the drawing board.
And what he's doing there is he's charting every play they run, and he marks it either a successful play or not successful play. And when they break down the film, they evaluate it on that basis. Why wasn't it successful, or why was it successful? Just a little measuring chart for him to do.
There goes number 2 in the league in yards produced, right behind Calgary. Top-rated passing team in the Canadian Football League. Has not been operating on all cylinders so far today. Bell flushed again. Williams came back for the football and gets the first down. Great second effort by Nigel Williams to get to the 45.
Get to the 45 and a first down, and you are right. That is all Nigel Williams. He makes the catch, and I tell you what, he just turns it up right now and runs through them. He gets his head down. Watch this. He comes back to the football. Watch the ball. He's waving. Kerwin, throw me the ball. Gets it, Tyrell. Fights off the tackle of Ulmer and then runs. Look, it just runs through people. The legs are just pumping. He wants to give them the lift. He might be the spark that Toronto's looking for right now.
Leads the league in average yards per catch with 19.4 on the season. Here's Bell again with time. Dimitrition, the catch. And close to another Argo first down at midfield. Give Dimitrition 9.
Well, you know, Dimitrition hasn't had the ball thrown his way a lot today. Been hobbled the whole year by a bad ankle. Nice job of catching the football, though, but he's not the primary receiver. He's looking down. You can see him break back off over there. Nice catch, equally nice tackle. And they are not. One of the big keys we brought up earlier in the game is that the Toronto or Saskatchewan defenders are limiting the game after the catch.
Chris, we've seen a few of these today. 2nd and 1 for the Argos. They've handed the ball off to Smith. They'll go up top. Nope, stay on the ground. And again, that hurdling style of Smith into the Saskatchewan territory at the 50.
Now, we talked about him. When I was talking about Tony Smith earlier, I said he wants to get a feel for the game. He wants to get hit. He wants to get knocked around. All of a sudden, you can see him. Watch him get the ball right here. Here he gets the ball. Now he jumps. Now he's done this 2 short yardage plays in a row. He's starting to get confident right now. He feels if he can hurdle that first line, a la Herschel Walker, he's going to the end zone.
There's Colin Scribner now in on the defensive line for Saskatchewan. Argos driving under 8 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And Bell stands and fires and had a wide open Daryl Mitchell for the first time today and could not find the CFL's leading receiver.
But that was his favorite route, the crossing route. He comes right across, little overthrown. Let's watch Kerwin Bell here. He gets the ball. He's looking like this. He sees him coming across the middle now. He breaks it. There he is across the middle. Now, I tell you what, I think Daryl Mitchell, as good a receiver as he is, could have caught that football. Does the presence of Mario Smith make him think, look out?
2nd and 10. Let's see if they go back to Mitchell. They look for Clemens, and he's got it. Mario Smith is there with the tackle, but Pinball has the ball at the Saskatchewan 15.
Well, when you've got all the weapons that Toronto has, if one ain't working and the other one isn't, I'll tell you what, 90% of the time, this machine, known as Pinball Clemens, is working. Just a nice job of taking it up, turning it back out to the corner. Benson, the unenviable task of coverage, one-on-one coverage with him, beats him. Nice job of recognizing that by Kerwin Bell and getting the ball to Pinball.
34 yards. Pinball now with 8 catches, 90 yards. And for the 3rd time, the Argos in the red zone looking for their first major score. Here comes the blitz from Saskatchewan. Bell, and unable to hit Clements out of the backfield.
And one thing that I picked up today that I haven't seen in a number of games earlier is it looks like Kerwin Bell is throwing a little off right now. Now, how much is that arm bothering him? He would never tell you. You can see pinball coming across right now, and it's just not on the money. And we've seen Kerwin Bell shoot the lights out. And we also know that he's got a pretty bruised throwing arm.
So now, for the 5th time in the drive, the Argos are faced with a second down. They've converted the last 4. From the 15, 2nd and 10. Bell. Completion, and it's Mazzotti, and he's stopped up by McMillan. Short of the first down, inside the 10.
I like that. Life is good. Mazzotti is better. I heard he bought a block of tickets for his family, and they're sitting there right now. Took him a while to paint that sign in the garage, but just a great catch. Nice job, and you know, he is so elusive, but he takes it to the outside. You kind of wonder if he wouldn't take it right up to the end zone. As they say, the shorter route between 2 points is straight ahead, not east-west. Some good pressure, and Kerwin Bell, who's becoming accustomed to being on the ground, but does such a great job at delivering the ball.
The Argos have had some success so far in the second half with that short passing game, but unable to put a major on the board. So Picos comes in to try a 15-yarder and puts it through. So the Argos are chipping away now. 5:42 to play, third quarter, and Saskatchewan's lead is now 9.
Mr. Cooper's late again, sir.
I hate it when he does that.
Pontiac Sunfire GT, built for drivers.
Now the Tex-Mex McWraps are at McDonald's. People are extremely inspired. Get a taste of Tex-Mex right here in Canada with Tex-Mex McWraps. A delicious new McWrap taste with fresh toppings. Seasoned chicken, Tex-Mex sauce, and sun-dried tomato dressing. But you better hurry in. They won't be here long.
Hey, Romeo, you're Juliet. She lives next door.
You died, Chris.
To find the love he left behind,
I need Annie. You can't reach her.
Chris Nielsen will abandon heaven
I can find her.
and journey beyond the depths of hell.
Your wife. Love you is strong. You just kept me there.
Academy Award winners Robin Williams, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Annabella Sciorra.
It's about not giving up.
What dreams may come.
Starts Friday, October 2nd at a theater near you. Darryl Mitchell still with just 2 catches for 20 yards in this football game, but his big cheering section keeping count here in Banner Alley. There's the Mookie meter. 6 catches to go for Mookie to break Alan Pitt's record of 126. There are a total of 7 banners down here. Almost as many banners as fans in this section of the ballpark.
Right now, though, it's Saskatchewan with the football. Reggie Slack looked to turn it upfield, and now delivers the football to Farthing at the 41. It's a gain of 6.
Well, he's doing everything he has to do to get this team a victory right now, and Reggie Slack is running, scrambling, doing what he has to do. His offensive line is doing a nice job of pulling out there on the bootleg protection, giving him protection, time to go, not to his first receiver, but to his outlet. And again, another nice catch. You got to like the production he's getting out of Dan Farthing today.
He has not really been able to hook up with Mayfield or Thompson today, and Mayfield with 2 catches for only 3 yards last week against Calgary. 2nd and 4. Here's Farthing again. First down, and a lot of room in that center area of the Argo defense. Lester Smith and Fahir Brown make the tackle.
And you're going to, you know what, take what you can get. If you're a team and you're saying, I can't get the ball to Mayfield, I can't get the ball to Narcisse, but I think I can get it to Farthing, and they're doing it correctly. That's what you want to do. If it's open, keep going to it, make Toronto's defense adjust, and make the adjustments accordingly, and then maybe they'll be able to throw the ball out to the big guys on the outside.
Farthing in his 8th year had one 100-yard game this year against BC, but has a chance to have his best game of the season. Here's that pump fake by Slack, and looking deep for Thompson, and just overthrown. A stride away from springing Thompson free. And Demetrius Maxey putting the heat on Slack.
And you were right on the money on that. That pump fake froze Donald Smith. He got behind him, and had the ball been on the money, it was definitely a catch and possibly a touchdown. Just a nice job. You can see him. He's got 2 steps on Donald Smith. Nice throw, and one of the things he's always been known is he's got a tight spiral. He throws a nice job here. A fingertip away.
Second and 10, Saskatchewan. From the Argo 53. Aaron Joseph now in the backfield. Takes the handoff. It's down to the 47. Michael O'Shea, the middle linebacker there. O'Shea, 3 weeks ago, told us that he felt the Argos were capable of running the table, going 8-0. They're 3-0 so far, but in tough this afternoon.
And Saskatchewan, as all Saskatchewan teams have played over the years, a great running team, and they do a nice job of getting out there. Big John Terry, the left tackle, coming around, making a nice block, picking up 7 yards, but unfortunately short of the first down.
McCallum. And Smith lets it bounce in the end zone, and he'll put a knee down, and they get the single point, and it's a 10-point Saskatchewan lead at 18-8 after the 57-yard punt by Paul McCallum.
The CR-V from Honda, with real-time 4-wheel drive. Don't keep it cooped up too long.
Come on, let's go.
Have fun.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. Medium coffee, please.
Sit.
Oh, and 6 donuts.
Now it's easy to pick up 6 donuts for just $3.50 at Tim Hortons.
Heel. Heel.
We call it the Donut 6-pack.
So how'd it go?
He's a little slow.
I got donuts. Seems quick enough.
The new Donut 6-pack. For just $3.50, it's easy to pick up.
Back at Skydome, Chris Cuthbert, Chris Walby, where the Saskatchewan Roughrider lead is 10 with 3:14 to go in the third quarter.
Well, I tell you what, the score is not indicative of the offensive line play. I tell you what, here's Big Willie Williams, and he's protected the blind side of Cohen Bell, and he's done an excellent job today of pass protection. Last time these two teams met, this offensive line gave up 6 sacks. Let's take a look at Willie Williams. You can see just passing off a nice stunt, hands inside, just a really good job of protection. Here he's working again against Patterson, who had 3 sacks last time. That's the way to do it, big man.
And with a Forge Bell time, there's Mazzotti over the middle again. And this time he turns it up for a first down across the 45-yard line.
Now, you know, they were talking, Chris, earlier. We talked to Matthews, and he said, you know what? Mazzotti's just not getting the catches because somebody else is getting the touches, as he calls it. But I tell you what, maybe if they can't get the ball to Daryl Mitchell today, maybe Mazzotti is the go-to guy, much as the case of the Saskatchewan Roughriders not being able to go to Narcisse Thompson and Mayfield as much and having to rely on Dan Farthing.
He has not caught more than 4 in a game this year. He has 4 for 46 so far this afternoon. First down and fell. There's Andrew English, who had a big first half catch. And there's more yak yards for English.
I love that term, yak, I tell you what. But you're right. I like this kid. You know what? He's getting stronger every time he catches the football. And what he does, he's a short receiver, does a nice job of coming in. All starts with protection. You can see Willie Williams, another great job of pass pro on Patterson. But I like what Andrew English does when he catches the football. Turns it up. He's shifty. Makes people miss him.
These two teams have given up the most sacks this year, Saskatchewan, and the Argos last in that category, but protection improving. Bell took a shot there, but delivers the football, and there's Daryl Mitchell with a first down catch close to the 30-yard line. Shannon Garrett blitzing on the play, but Mitchell has his third catch.
Well, you know, it's nice to gamble as a defense, but sometimes you're going to get caught. He gets one-on-one coverage right here. Mitchell on the outside, turns, finds a soft spot. Nice catch. Smith and McMillan have to knock him out of bounds, but not before the first down.
And that ties an Argo record, as Mitchell now at 122, and Pinball Clements made sure the officials threw that ball out so Mitchell could keep it, as he ties the Pinball Clements team record. A few more marks before this day is over. First and 10, Toronto marching. And a pass to Dimitrition, and he's cut down from behind by Garrett. But at the 15, the Argos have another first down. Dimitrition was 17, and it looks like he may have aggravated the ankle a bit with that tackle.
You're right, Chris. He does look a little limpy when he's getting up, but I like what Kerwin Bell's doing. The adjustments made at halftime are working. They're staying with the short game. They're finding the open receiver, whether it be the primary or secondary receiver, and they're making it work. They're moving it down methodically into the red zone. Here, however, is where they have problems, where they want to start putting touchdowns in the end zone.
Kerwin Bell 4 for 4 on this drive and 60 yards. Time again, now rolls into the end zone, no one home, and a flag down. Bell may have taken a late hit.
Well, they're going to call something against Toronto here, and I know with the flag being thrown in the vicinity of Kerwin Bell, who was on his back, you would most of the time think that it would be roughing the passer. But they're going to huddle with Rasevich, the defensive captain, and
Rasevich says push him back.
Holding, Toronto number 62, first down repeated.
Big Dwayne Morgan with the hold, and you can see him. He's on the right-hand side of your screen right now. And he gets his hands on him, and he grabs the face mask of Patterson. More so than holding him on the jersey, he grabbed the face mask. And where the head goes, the body surely shall follow. Is that Shakespeare?
You've been quoting from Shakespeare a few times today here.
My type of Shakespeare.
First and 20. There's Clements out of the backfield. And he gets to the 20-yard line. Gain of 5, maybe 6. And on the final play of the third quarter, the defensive tussle continues, but the Argos are threatening to close in on Saskatchewan. 18-8 at three-quarter time.
Say hello to the 1999 Nissan Pathfinder. With air conditioning, CD audio system, and shift on the fly four-wheel drive. Adventure has never felt this comfortable before. Check out the 1999 Pathfinder now during our Come In for a Spin event at your local Nissan dealer.
If you're on the road between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., you're at risk.
This is collision prime time, when more than a third of all collisions happen. Because for every person who runs a light, follows too close, drives too fast, someone else could pay a price. So even if you made it home safe today, don't forget, you get to do it all over again tomorrow. Think and drive.
Break through to the new world of Mach 3 from Gillette, the first triple blade shaving system. 3 blades specially positioned to shave progressively closer. You take 1 stroke, it takes 3. So you don't have to shave the same area over and over, which means less irritation. 3 blades, fewer strokes, less irritation. Mach 3 from Gillette.
Fourth quarter at Skydome in Toronto. Daryl Mitchell has tied Pinball Clement's club record with 122 receptions. It's been tough going today, though, Chris.
Well, you can see Mitchell. Look at this. Ulmer, give him a shot. All of a sudden, he wants to get in the middle. There's Donaldson. He's hit him in the middle. What they're doing is they're not letting him get off clean right now. They're bumping him, jugging him, get him in front of him, knocking, just making it a hard day's work for him to find an opening.
So 15 minutes to go. The Argos looking at 2nd and 14 from the Saskatchewan 19. Red zone production has not been effective so far. Great protection. Clements has the catch. And he's out at the 1. Tried to reach for that pylon on the goal line, but he stopped a yard out.
Well, you can see he's going to come back inside. And what they've done is they found the mismatch. Again, we saw it earlier with Benson. Here you got Rogers on the coverage, number 41. Not a good matchup. Costs him. Puts the ball on the 1-yard line.
Well, the Argos have dominated in the time of possession in this second half so far, and now are poised to draw within a field goal. First and goal from the 1 for Toronto. Tony Smith, and he is stopped.
The big man, the pit bull, Mike Tyson, comes across the middle. Mario Smith just jumps the pile. Tony Smith tries to come the other way. It was a meeting of the Smiths, no relation. Well, they might be, because they might be melded to the helmet after this one. You see him coming over the top. He's not even going to allow Tony Smith an opportunity to do that high hurdle act here.
And Colin Scribner underneath. They lost about a foot there. 2nd and goal. This is an area that the Argos hoped Smith could really bolster the Argos. They'll try again, and this time Smith is in. Touchdown, Toronto.
Well,
Chris, just their 7th running touchdown of the year.
And you're going to have to follow the big boys. I mean, you got big guys over there. You got Willie Williams. You got Jude St. John. You got a couple 300-pounders. You got a Hansen over there. I mean, you got a whole lot of beef, a lot of cattle over there. Follow him. Does a nice job of going over the left side and getting in the end zone.
But nothing's come easy for Toronto today.
Well, they're making him work for it, and that's what you want. But you can see they just get good push on that one. They get underneath the defensive lineman, get some movement, push them back into the end zone, allowing Tony Smith to score.
Flag down as Vigos puts it through. Tony Smith once was in the college backfield with Brett Favre, and later for a first-round draft choice that was Tony. Now he's an Argo with his first CFL touchdown.
You died, Chris.
To find the love he left behind,
I need Annie. You can't reach her.
Chris Nielsen will abandon heaven
I can find her.
and journey beyond the
Wife, love you is strong.
You just kept me there.
Academy Award winners Robin Williams, Cuba Gooding Jr., and Annabella Sciorra.
It's about not giving up.
What dreams may come.
Starts Friday, October 2nd at a theater near you.
This is one of the most amazing things in the world. You can cut it, shape it, fasten it together, make just about anything you want out of it, and be really proud of what you've done. building centers, we buy big. With more stores providing building supplies to people all across Canada. No matter how big a job you're facing, we can help you handle it. Home building centers, we've got your lumber.
Start looking forward to the drive home. Stop commuting. Start driving. Introducing Alero. Alero by Oldsmobile. Start something.
First CFL touchdown for Tony Smith makes it a 3-point game here in Toronto.
And what you got to like, watch this underneath. You get underneath the defensive line, when you push them back, you create a seam. Nice job of Hansen there. And Hansen, if the offensive lineman can score in the end zone, your back surely should.
And in the third quarter, Chris, Irwin Bell, 12 of 17 for 175 yards. And he was perfect in that drive, 6 for 6 and 84 yards along the way. Here's Curtis Mayfield. And Mayfield with a good return, close to the 40. And it's Prefontaine again making the hit. We saw that last week at Edmonton.
He almost took a returner's head off last week, and here he does it again on Mayfield. I mean, he is not scared to lower the shoulder. He's on a weightlifting kick, I tell you, but nice return by Mayfield. Gets behind the blockers, then he's going to spurt through, find an opening, and this is what all good returners do. They have great vision, but look at that tackle. I mean, that's a form tackle. And he better watch because he might have to play a little defense if Donnie sees that too many times.
It could be a free safety. Look at Mario Smith.
There you go.
First down, big series for Saskatchewan. Have to answer back. There's Thompson with one straight arm, but he lost yards after the catch, and that's back near the line of scrimmage. Michael O'Shea finishing him off, and through 45 minutes, the Argos have put up the better numbers now.
Well, this second half has been a completely different story than the first half, and time of possession where they had 20 minutes and it was 17 or 16. You can see it's totally reversed right now, where Argonauts have better time of possession. Net yards reflective, 318 right now to a total of 183. Saskatchewan, excuse me, has got to get on track right now and start moving the ball again like they did in the first half.
2nd and 9. There's that pump by Slack, and again, they'll have to pull it down. And Reggie Slack over the 50 and diving for a first down. That's the element that Slack brings to the table, and he'll move the sticks himself.
Well, he's trying to go deep to the ball. He's got zone coverage. Can't find his receiver he's looking for. He's got plenty of time. A nice job of protection by Sean Daniels right there. What's he do best? This is what you got to like about Reggie Slack. He'll do whatever it takes to win. And you can see he'll just take off with the ball. Here's Michael Shea. Should have had him. Usually he's sure-handed. But again, one thing about Reggie, he'll never slide. He'll take it.
13 yards that time, 44 yards on the afternoon. First down and a little toss inside, and nothing doing. Todrick McIntosh was in the Saskatchewan huddle that time.
Well, you got to hope that if you're going to run the shovel pass, that you'll get everybody to flow the opposite way. Todrick McIntosh does not go the other way. He'll come into your screen right now. There he is. Makes a play. You've got to get him going with the flow. He doesn't read the flow. He stays in his lanes as he's coached to do. Makes a nice play.
He lost some 4. Bringing up 2nd and 14. 5th tackle for a loss for McIntosh this season. 3 receivers left side. Here comes the blitz, and Eric Johnson got there to make the tackle. McIntosh in to help out, but Johnson blitzing from his linebacker position.
Well, just coming off the corner right here, unabated, untouched, gets right into Reggie Slack's face before Reggie can deliver the football. He has to bring the football right down. You can see him right now. Ben Fairbrother, right tackle, has done a good job up to now. Just comes around the corner, snuffs another drive.
3rd and 21. And Saskatchewan must punt it away. Punt by McCallum. Tony Smith brings it down out of bounds at the Argo 20. So 10:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. Got a 3-point game.
Since we opened our Honda plant here, we've been keeping a lot of Canadian companies and the local mayor kind of busy. There were our first international exports, our 1 millionth Canadian-built Honda, and those international awards for quality. And now that we're proudly making Canada home to our new North American minivan plant, we expect the mayor will soon be running again.
You don't have to look too far in Canada before you realize what a unique country it is. We have our symbols of strength and freedom and are proud to sometimes travel beyond our borders to show the world what we're capable of. For more than 100 years, CIBC has grown across all the provinces and territories of Canada. We've succeeded in many other countries as well, and our successes elsewhere strengthen us here, because here is where our priorities are. It's where our roots are. It's where we have earned the trust of Canadians for generations. It's home. We may grow, we may expand, but we will always try to see beyond our own interests to the responsibility we have to you, our customers. Because without you, we wouldn't be here or anywhere. Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, seeing beyond.
7 minutes to play, and clearly the momentum with the Toronto Argonauts as Cal Murphy and Reggie Slack on the sidelines try to solve the Saskatchewan offensive problems. Bell under pressure, and down he goes. Back at the 12-yard line. A big sack for Paul Spicer, the newcomer to the Saskatchewan defense.
Well, he just comes off the corner right now, and I think they're trying to pull the center out to get him. Nobody comes out. He's got to pick him up. He doesn't get there fast enough. You've got to get out there. If you're a snap, if you're the center, and you have no one to block, they teach you get back right now and help out everywhere. He didn't get the time. Spicer wraps him up.
He is the 11th defensive lineman to play for Saskatchewan this year. Of course, Arkel Trulak was the big story in the first meeting between these two teams with 3 sacks. Second 17, Bell just got it away. There's Williams breaking a tackle and close to a first down. Spicer again with the heat, but Williams with an enormous play to get to the first down.
These are back breakers. You just have a great play by your defense. You put them in a hole deep in their territory. What happens then? You got to come after. You got to finish it off right now. Nigel Williams does a nice job, comes in the middle, makes a nice catch, turns it up, gets a first down, gives him some breathing room.
Eluding the tackle attempt at Gary Rogers, and Toronto gets a fresh set of downs. Here comes the blitz. Bell just got it away, and Mitchell unable to bring it in. Vincent Donaldson, the hitman, was in coverage. That time, Gary Rogers was blitzing from his outside linebacking position.
They're blitzing somebody almost every play. You can see Mitchell here coming in, getting away from the jam by Benson, but a nice job of coming back to the football by Donaldson. Distract him enough, not allow him to come up to make up with the catch. But you can see, when they're bringing guys all the time, one of the things that is not really effective is when you have a linebacker and he has to loop to the outside because it takes time to get to the quarterback.
Rogers out of the lineup the first half of this year with an injury. Same story last year. And Kerwin Bell has called timeout. I talked to him yesterday about it. When he sees something he doesn't like, he is not shy about using his timeout quickly.
Well, you're exactly right about that. Let's take a look. You can see John Jenkins, the offensive coordinator, still writing in there. He's on phones all the time, relaying message down. Let's take a look at the notes. First half, we've talked about Saskatchewan staying on a field piece, being consistent. They were great the first half, only 3 minutes in the second quarter. They haven't done that. You got to do it for 60 minutes. Limit the receivers. They've done that. Offense, red zone, 1 in 4 possessions. They've kind of got some points. They're still getting field goals out of that. Stop the option player. Slack has got 44 yards. The game notes are very consistent with which the game is showing us right now. It's going to come down almost to who's got the ball last.
So Kerwin Bell out of the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver. There's Mazzotti. He'll move the sticks again. Paul Mazzotti jolted out of bounds. Eric Sutton finished him off. But on a day where Mitchell has not played a starring role, people like Mazzotti and Williams and English have done a nice job of picking up the slack.
Well, you just can't beat intelligence in this football game. And I tell you, one of the things he does so well is find the open spot. He just does it time and time again. Finds his own soft coverage, sits in there, makes a reception, turns it up for the first down. 5th catch of the game. As you say, the most catches he's had in one game.
That's hard to believe this year. First time he's had 5 receptions. And now Bell looks that way again. Make it 6 for Mazzotti, who's tossed out by Sutton. And now Paul Mazzotti about 30 yards short of the Argo all-time passing yardage record, 29 to be exact.
Boy, he's just working on Sutton. He fakes like coming in and comes back to the outside, makes a nice catch. He knows that he's been coming in for his catches. Sutton bites on the move, comes back outside. You can see right here the pass distribution. Mazzotti was 6. Mike Clemens with 10 catches for 114 yards right there. That's the big one right there. But Mazzotti quietly moving up the charge with 6 for 71 yards.
At the 54, first down, they go to the ground, and Smith is collared, short gain. And it should be 3rd down, Chris.
You know, they seem to be much more effective when they put Tony Smith straight up the middle. Don't play trying to get to the side. This one, the last time they got stopped short on a short yardage situation, they tried to bounce Tony Smith to the outside. He stumbled. This time he tries to get to the outside, and he stopped very close. But he is short.
And while the measurement is taking place, Bell huddles up with Don Matthews on the sidelines. They have been stopped once short today on a 3rd down gamble. 8:02 remaining. Earlier in the year, they put Jay Barker in this position and let him keep the ball. Bell took so much punishment, and to protect him from the broken forearm early in the year, they let Barker do the 3rd down duties. And another chance for Saskatchewan. 3rd and 1, and they have 6 receivers out. Unusual formation, and Bell plunges forward for the first down.
I've always liked this formation in 2nd or 3rd and very short, for the simple fact that if you send everybody out 6 receivers, you've got to pull some linebackers out to cover. As a result, you've only got one guy sitting behind the line of scrimmage or the defensive line. Get a little bit of movement. You'll get your first down, and you have potential if a quarterback stays on his feet, much like Doug Flutie used to do, of breaking it and taking it all the way.
Dwayne Patterson has gone to the Saskatchewan bench. Looks like he's been shaken up. In the second half, Chris, Toronto 13 first downs, Saskatchewan only 2. Bell looks left side, and that pass skips away from Pinball Clemens.
Well, Patterson, you can see, getting his knees checked, his hands. They usually get him like that. Sometimes on this turf, when you hit your elbow or everything, your step, they're just going to try and keep him loose. But you can see him on the top of your screen right now. He tries to go over the top. The offensive lineman does a great job of not only getting the block, but rolling block, much like a log down a hill. It gets caught, and there's Colin Scribner. He's going to be playing right now, and he is a starter on any other team.
Under 7 minutes to go, 2nd and 10. And Bell through the hands of Mitchell, and that's the 2nd or 3rd time today we've seen Mitchell unable to bring in a pass that he has caught time and time again this season.
That one there he should have had. I don't know if, you know, this is just a nice throw. It should have been caught. There's no excuses for dropping the ball. We're not used to talking in any anything other than positive about Daryl Mitchell. And this is the second one, as you say, that he should have caught. The other one, he may have heard footsteps. He may have been looking for Mario Smith. This one, there's no excuse. In the hands. Nice throw by Kerwin Bell. He's got to catch it.
It's almost as if this record has been a distraction of some kind today. And he continues to sit on 122. Fontaine with a pooch kick, which bounces over the head, and Ulmer had it skip out of bounds on him. 39-yard punt. And still a 3-point Saskatchewan lead.
What's up, honey?
On your house, your car, or your slap shot, there's always been one place that satisfies. Canadian Tire. Whatever it is. Is it any wonder why Canadian Tire is still the right place to do it?
Thanks. You know who you remind me of? Little Red Riding Hood. Come to see her sick granny with a big basket full of A&W teen burgers. Grill seasoned, pure beef. Buddy, I need a little TLC.
Now buy a grill seasoned teen burger and get the second for just 49 cents.
Hey, it's feed of fever, feed of cold, right?
Whether you're the type that prefers to put yourself in the hands of the professionals, or you're the hands-on type that likes to roll up your sleeves, you can count on Bumper to Bumper for all your car and truck needs.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Bridgestone Blizzak, now available in 2 tread patterns, Winter Biter and Ice Gripper. Blizzak, the winter tire that sticks to ice.
There you see Donald Smith, the fine cornerback for the Toronto Argonauts, number 19. One of the things you may not know, I played with him in Winnipeg, is he is an artist, and he is a very, very good artist. Here is some of his work: The Painted Faces, My Little Girl, the one there, The Thinking Man. These are all sketches that he has done with colors of his personal experiences in life, and he says they are for sale. He has reprints, and if you need to get a hold of him, just contact the Toronto Argonauts office. He's got some exceptional work, and it's just not limited to those 3 paintings. He's got a whole brochure of beautiful stuff.
You're talking Shakespeare, you're talking fine art like Donald Smith's. You are a cultured man.
Very cultured. I even have cultured marble in my bathroom, so that's how much culture I have.
6 minutes to go. That was Mike Saunders with a gain of 6. And Chris, this is a critical set of downs for Saskatchewan. Only 47 yards offense in the second half for the Roughriders.
We only got 2 first downs. The thing is, we talked about, if you're not on the field, Toronto's offense is, and they're moving the ball. You're giving them more opportunities. You've got to start moving yourself. Keep them off.
Side short drop. Goes to Farthing. Big gain for Dan Farthing. Up over the 40-yard line. And he goes back to the guy that has been the most productive today.
Well, we've seen 2 guys that have not gotten the ball today really come out and shine. Dan Farthing here with another great and critical catch, getting them out of their deep in their own end zone, and Mazzotti for the Argonauts. Both of them coming up with big games. But this is just a nice job of Slack finally saying, hey, if Farthing's going to be my man, let him be the man.
Chris, a week ago against Calgary, when the Saskatchewan lead looks like it was slipping away against Calgary, they rattled off an 82-yard drive, 6:47 on the clock, and a touchdown. Wouldn't Reggie Slack like to repeat that here? He rolls, and this time Farthing drilled by Bonner. The pass incomplete.
Well, that's one of those plays, and I know he has Curtis Mayfield. He's looking down. Good, excellent downfield coverage by Toronto. Here's Sammy Garza. We all know him as Cal Murphy's son-in-law, quarterback from Winnipeg, Ottawa. But one of the nice things, he's the quarterback coach. He's doing a really nice job of working with Slack and all the backup quarterbacks of Saskatchewan.
Let's join Mark.
Chris, he had 3 appearances in 8 seasons with the Bombers in the CFL. Spent the last 2 years as an assistant coach at the University of Texas at El Paso. And Jim Daly says he has a nice rapport with his father-in-law, calling the signals on the Saskatchewan offense.
See what they call on 2nd and 10 from the Saskatchewan 41. comes O'Shea on the blitz, but a completion over the middle to Mayfield, a name we have not called today. A big reception for the Superfly.
The Superfly. You gotta like that, I tell you what. But you're right. Use everybody. You've got all these weapons. Make sure you can use them. He just does a nice job. Comes back, cradles the football. Nice catch. Again, a first down, and we're moving the football. This is the key right now. You cannot just go 2 and out and let Toronto have an opportunity to come back and put it down your throat again.
Saskatchewan protecting a 3-point lead with under 4 minutes to go. First down. Here comes the pressure. Slack puts it up for grabs, and it's picked off by Kelly Wiltshire. In Saskatchewan territory, Todrick McIntosh brought the heat, and Slack threw it up for grabs.
Very uncharacteristic of Reggie Slack right now, forcing a throw. He should not have tried this throw right now. Pressure was on him. Scramble, use your athletic ability, but do not throw. Watch him, he comes back, he's going to set up. Now they're pulling a guard, and they let somebody come in the backside. That's McIntosh. Throws it off his back foot, right into the hands of Wiltshire. Big, costly turnover.
It appeared that Larry Thompson was the intended receiver. Wiltshire's second interception of the year. Argos take over at the Saskatchewan 50. Blitz. There's Mitchell. A record-setting catch for Daryl Mitchell at the 45. It's his 123rd reception, breaking the Argo mark of Pinball Clemens.
Well, they went back to the hitch pass. They got the offensive lineman out in front of them. As you say, they're going to save that football. But I think one of the nice things, Ernie Brown, defensive lineman, chases Mitchell all the way to the sidelines and makes that play to limit the game.
3 minutes to go.
Come on, let's go.
Have fun.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. Medium coffee, please.
Sit.
Oh, and 6 donuts.
Now it's easy to pick up 6 donuts for just $3.50 at Tim Hortons.
Heel. Heel.
We call it the Donut 6-pack.
So how'd it go?
He's a little slow.
I got donuts. Seems quick enough.
The new Donut 6-pack. For just $3.50, it's easy to pick up.
With a 120 horsepower engine, it's not where you go. It's how you get there. The 1999 Corolla, unlike any other car, just like every Toyota.
Whenever you need a helping hand, remember, help is just around the corner at your True Value Hardware with specials like save on Peerless single-handle faucets for your home, now with a $10 mail-in rebate. And save energy with these halogen floodlight bulbs from Philips starting at $6.97, plus a $3 mail-in rebate. True Value, official hardware supplier to curling's Season of Champions.
The celebration for catch number 123, which is an Argo club record, and Mike Clemens in on the celebration.
And you can see, you're talking about Pinball. Pinball's the one that actually does the clearing out for him right there. It allows the offensive lineman, Dwayne Morgan, to get on Mario Smith, and allows him to make that catch on the hitch pass.
Second highest total in CFL history, matching Donald Narcisse, who once had 123. Here's Bell throwing under pressure. Clemens ducked under the first tackle and has a first down at the Saskatchewan 39-yard line.
This is one play they found so much success with the whole game. The outlet pass to Pinball. He just comes outside, runs to the flats. It's right there. He recognizes the blitz. McMillan is coming on the blitz, throws it off. Pinball makes the catch, ducks under the first tackle, gets him a first down.
11 catches for Clemens, 120 yards. And now the Argos at the Saskatchewan 39. A field goal down. Bell with time, looking deep. And tied up there, it's picked off. Saskatchewan with the interception from Mario bundle with great protection. And the teams trade interceptions, uncharacteristic interceptions by veteran quarterbacks late in this game.
Well, definitely. You see Kerwin Bell, he's going to get the snap right now, and he wants to go deep all the way. He's pump faking. He throws this ball a mile. Mario Smith, nice job of coming back, getting it, coming over to help McMillan, makes the interception. As you say, snuffs a drive, but you got to wonder why go deep when you're finding so much success in the short game, nickel-diming him and moving the ball with so much success.
And Chris, that was almost a carbon copy of an interception by Smith a week ago in the dying minutes against Calgary, where he really played center field and went a long way to haul one in.
Well, you can see it was just a nice job. Nigel Williams tried to get him to stutter step to try and freeze McMillan. McMillan stays with him all the way. Excellent coverage and excellent play by Mario Smith to come over and grab that interception.
2:29 left on the clock. Saskatchewan takes over on their own 32, and they give it to 32. Saunders has 4, and a flag comes down.
Well, you cannot make these mistakes right now. You're going to run the ball. Now, as you're going to see right now,
holding Saskatchewan, number 51. First down repeated.
John Terry comes over, leads Mike Saunders around on the counter, gets a holding call on Mike O'Shea. You can see him right now. There's Mike O'Shea. Watch him as he's coming around right now. He's going to be getting it in there, but John Terry makes a tackle on his block, and what happens then is he puts him in a deep now, and instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 20.
Bell lamenting the one he threw away. As Reggie Slack faces 1st and 20. Good protection. Saunders. Adrian Smith got a hand on him, and Mike O'Shea finishes him off. And no gain on the play. That was a lot of real estate for Saunders to cover, and nothing to show for it.
Well, this is a nice play if you get a matchup with the running back and the linebacker. But what you got right here, you see him coming across, they just switch off. You can see Mike O'Shea now, but watch Marcelo Simmons comes right in there. That's a nice job. Picks him up, they help. They've got such a swarming defense that the team's speed eliminates the potential of this play. You can see Saskatchewan's had a lot of trouble getting back-to-back wins this season. They've got 1 win and 10 losses in this streak.
Tell you what, though, if you go back-to-back against Calgary and Toronto, a lot of people are going to take notice. Quarterback draw and nothing doing. Eric Johnson with the tackle, 3rd down, and with under 2 minutes to go, 1:48, Saskatchewan in a punting situation.
Well, you can see they got 4 guys coming right now. Now, what happens in this play is you've got to get that block. Eric Johnson comes back inside. Your offensive lineman has got to pick him up. Dan Comiskey doesn't pick up Johnson, eliminates the quarterback draw. If he gets the block, Reggie's got an opportunity to take it downfield and maybe get a 1st down.
Paul McCallum's going to let the clock run down. Tony Smith, the lone man back. Smith will play it at his 46. And breaks through. Aaron Joseph got him around the ankles. Otherwise, Smith could have done more damage. And the Argos down by 3, have the football at midfield.
As you say, what better place to start? This is going to be all the pressures on the defense right now. You got 1:18. Toronto only has to move at about 15 yards to be in potential tying field goal range. You just don't want to give it the big one right now after you played so hard.
Mike Moorer has gone down again right in front of the Saskatchewan bench. 1:18 on the clock. Argos trying to extend their win streak to 4. Saskatchewan looking for their first win streak of the season. Greg Marshall, the defensive coordinator, and his defense put the stop on Kerwin Bell again. Kerwin Bell over 350 yards passing on the day. And that has become a regular occurrence. The 7th time this season. He's gone over 300 yards in passing 9 times in 10 starts. 371 on the day, so he could end up 400 plus for the 3rd time this year. 1st and 10. And Bell looking downfield over the middle, almost picked off again. Mitchell, the intended receiver, but the man with the best chance at the football was Dan Rashovich.
And when you are only rushing 3 people on 5, and you're giving Kerwin Bell that kind of time to look over his receivers, you know that the defensive backfields are doing a great job. Mitchell actually becomes the defensive back in that play, and had he not come back and stripped that ball, Saskatchewan had the interception.
Bell's right on average this afternoon with a chance to add to it, but he's facing a critical 2nd and 10. 3-man rush again, and they put on pressure, flag down, and the ball almost picked off. Benson had a juggling chance at it, couldn't bring it down, but the flag is against Toronto.
Well, we just talked about this last time, Chris. You have to love this effort right now. Their backs are against the wall. They're rushing 3 people. They cause a holding penalty.
Now, do you take the 10 or do you make it 3rd and 10?
Toronto, number 65. 2nd down, repeat it.
Wow. They have pushed it back 10 and given Kerwin Bell another down. And I think we're all surprised by that.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know you got to punt the ball. You're going to get the ball back with a minute 2 and you got the lead.
No, you might.
They might have to gamble on it still.
Well, they'd be gambling 3rd and 10 with 62 seconds left, but what do you like better, 2nd and 20 or 3rd and 10? Bell got a couple of chances now. Ball up for grabs, and ball's incomplete through the hands of first Williams and then Todd McMillan.
Now that is a surprising play right now. First off, knowing you need that many yards, you need 20 yards, and you go to a short outlet pass. I guess you're hoping that Nigel Williams takes the ball, turns it up, and, you know, yards after the catch, the theory. But I don't know about that. I think you got to go downfield a little bit, at least get some positive yards right now.
Here we go now. The football game on the line for the Argonauts. Down by 3, 54 seconds left. 3rd and 20. What does Bell have up his sleeve now?
Coming our way, coming our way.
Has some time over the middle. Nigel Williams, he won't get it. He comes up a couple of yards short, and with 45 seconds left, Saskatchewan has come up big on defense.
Well, one of the things we talked about was yards after catch. That's the biggest one right there. He gets a nice throw to Nigel Williams. He turns it upfield. Bam! They tackle him. They hold him short. Biggest tackle of the year so far for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. You can see him just coming up right there, and there's swarm tackle. Danny Rasovich on the ground. They're all over him right now. Here he comes. He comes in the middle. Little bit of a soft shoe. All of a sudden gets it. Turns it up. He puts on the speed. He's got great acceleration. But Rogers and company are all there. Benson, they're going to limit his game.
And Chris, remember, Kerwin Bell used the Argo timeout earlier. So Saskatchewan has a chance to really run it down now. Slack going to run around a bit. And Reggie holds on to the football and finally game tackled at the 48, 36 seconds remaining.
Well, this is one of those plays. They say, Reggie, you hold on to the ball. If somebody comes open, you throw the ball. If not, you are the only one going to be holding the ball. You don't have to worry about a missed handoff. You don't have to worry about a fumble. You've got it. Just take some time off the clock. You got 36 seconds. Do what you got to do.
Wow, this has been a courageous effort by Slack. It hasn't been that effective or pretty in the second half. Jim Daly letting Dan Rashovich know that it's not done yet.
But the defense has risen to the task this second half.
A knee down with 14 seconds to go, and they only have to do it one more time. Well, you wondered when Slack threw that interception, gobbled up by Wiltshire, if the Argos weren't in command, but then Kerwin Bell threw deep in the end zone, and Mario Smith, who you talked about in the opening, came up with the ball.
Well, Chris, I think you also hit on something really important. You said, what if they've beaten Calgary and Toronto? These are two big teams right now. People have got to start taking a look and saying, Saskatchewan, they're for real.
Absolutely. They went to the Grey Cup a year ago, and suddenly nobody should be discounting the Saskatchewan Roughriders. First Calgary, now Toronto, and at 5-9 in a critical matchup against BC next week.
And you know what? One thing we didn't talk about, Chris, that is their first win on the road. They were 0-6 on the road. They had the biggest monkey in the back. They come into Toronto's ballpark, where Toronto has enjoyed all types of success, and had Toronto defeat. I mean, it's just a morale builder. It's a team builder, and you know they got a lot of confidence, but they're going to go home on this flight, and it's going to be a happy flight. I think I'm on that flight. Hope so anyway. But anyway, I tell you what, they are going to just be going crazy in Regina. The fans are going to be coming out of the wood.
Well, they were saying that when they are at their best, they are as good as any team in the league, and Reggie Slack said yesterday when they are not at their best, they can be the worst team in the league. But right now, things starting to point positive for the Saskatchewan Roughriders as they hand the Argos an 18-15 decision here. So the Argos miss a chance to move out of third place in the Eastern Division, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders move into third in the West. Back with more from Skydome.
The CR-V from Honda with real-time four-wheel drive. Don't keep it cooped up too long.
Come on, let's go.
Have fun.
Okay. Hi.
Hi. Medium coffee, please.
Sit.
Oh, and 6 donuts.
Now it's easy to pick up 6 donuts for just $3.50 at Tim Hortons.
Healed. Healed.
We call it the Donut 6-pack.
So how'd it go?
He's a little slow.
I got donuts. Seems quick enough.
The new Donut 6-pack. For just $3.50, it's easy to pick up.
Got him, need him, got him. Hi, Ryan. I heard. No way. Chris just offered via fax a whole forward line for my center. Trading deadline is 9 p.m. That's my bedtime. Email! The trade I was waiting for. You get the best deals. It's all in how you communicate.
The New Ice Age, a year in the life of the NHL, brought to you in part by Talus.
Nice try, Rye. See ya.
10 years, more than 500,000 Canadians will start a small business. They'll need financing and a wide variety of services to help them get going. At Canada's banks, we know we have a responsibility to help. One way we're doing that is through this booklet called Getting Started in Small Business. It's full of information, including how to write a business plan. Call the number on your screen for a free copy. Because the more you understand, the better off you'll be.
Only one satellite service brings you viewer's choice pay-per-view events, movies, and sports. Want a front row seat? You've got it right now, but only with Star Choice. Subscribe this fall, and you'll get a month of premium movies, plus 2 movies from Viewer's Choice, and up to $200 in additional programming, all free. Like movies? Star Choice is the ticket.
Back at the Skydome, where the Roughriders have upset the Argonauts 18-15 this afternoon, and a lot of the credit has to go to a determined Saskatchewan defense led by this man, free safety Mario Smith. I guess they'll be calling you Super Mario back in the prairies these days.
Well, we just came out and executed our defense the way we know how and played hard to the end. We had that want-to-win attitude, and we came out with the victory.
You broke Jeff Garcia's nose last week, and here's a shot you put on Andrew English. Tell us about it.
Well, I was just backing up. I made the break, and I saw the read, but I didn't get them all like I wanted to, you know, but it still came up with a big hit.
And then, of course, your big play late in the fourth quarter as Kerwin Bell tries to go deep to beat you guys. You come up with this pick.
I mean, well, it was sheer determination. I knew they had to go deep to beat us. And I just backed up, caught the ball, and then went with it.
You must be feeling excited about the opportunity you have in Saskatchewan after toiling away on the practice roster in Hamilton, what, 4 or 5 weeks ago?
I mean, I'm very happy to have the opportunity to play in Saskatchewan. It just took a little time before anyone found me on the practice roster of Hamilton Tiger Cats, and I'm glad for the person that did find me.
Well, you've certainly made your mark on this football club. Congratulations, Mario.
You have a nice day.
All right, thank you. All right, and here's the quarterback of the Roughriders, Reggie Slack, who engineered 2 touchdowns in the first half. A tough second half when you had all kinds of people in your face. Looks like they were running 8 guys sometimes in the blitz.
Well, they blitzed a little bit more in the second half, and we had a little trouble picking up the twist that they were doing up front. But our defense played exceptionally well today. When we weren't scoring, they made the big plays for us, and that's what we need. They're really coming into their own. They've had 2 good weeks back-to-back that they've had great performances, and offensively we're going to score more points, and it's good to have an all-around performance like we did today.
You had 17 points in the first half, just 1 in the second half. What happened there in terms of the pressure you felt?
Well, we had opportunities to score, and we didn't make the plays. I had Larry Thompson down the right sideline for a big play and just overshot him by a couple feet. And you know, we drove the ball. We had the 1 interception there late in the game. We were driving, and those are things that we got to get better at. We got to know that when it's crunch time, we got to be at our best, and we got to make the big plays, and hopefully we'll do it next week.
Reggie, you said in the opening your team can play with anybody in this league. Last week you knock off Calgary. This week Toronto, the 2 top teams in the league. What are we to make of this Saskatchewan club?
Well, it's just what I said. When we come to play with the right attitude, the right focus, we're as good as anyone in the league, and we've always felt like that. It's true we did have a downslide where we lost 6 or 7 in a row, but I think we're coming into our own now. We've got some guys healthy on both sides of the football, and we got some guys that are playing with a lot of heart and a lot of want to, and that's what we've needed all season. And as long as we get that, I think we're going to be all right.
All right, Reggie, we just saw your touchdown in the first half. You're the leading rushing quarterback in the league. Good luck the rest of the way in Saskatchewan.
Thank you very much.
Reggie Slack and the Saskatchewan Roughriders put back-to-back wins together for the first time this season, upsetting the Argos.
Something happens when we feel secure. Our confidence grows, we're more open to change, and we look at things with a greater sense of optimism. We're the new Canada Savings Bonds. With the bonds you've trusted for years, and new ones on their way, like this year's Canada Premium Bonds. There's also now more choices, more options, but all are still perfect for the secure part of your investments. Because we know there's a lot to be said for knowing where you stand.
I hear the working woman in the suit so smart, the girl who wants it just to break his heart. Sparkling earrings, a string of pearls, just kicking back, one of the girls. 3-button coats, ribbons and bows, everyone's asking where'd you get those clothes. I like your style, call it versatile, baby you're just like me. Come see the softer side of Sears.
Come on, let's go.
Have fun.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Medium coffee, please.
Sit.
Oh, and 6 donuts.
Now it's easy to pick up 6 donuts for just $3.50 at Tim Hortons.
Heel. Heel.
We call it the Donut 6-pack.
So how'd it go?
He's a little slow.
I got donuts. Seems quick enough.
The new Donut 6-pack. For just $3.50, it's easy to pick up.
Da Vinci. We haven't got a couple more hours. We got bodies piling up.
He's relentless.
I'm just asking to go back and find something definitive.
He's offensive.
What do you mean, no? I want you to be more discreet. This sounds like a gag order.
He's irritating.
You just tell me, drop this, I'll drop it.
He's good.
I want to look at the evidence for myself, right here.
Can't afford to go digging up old cases.
You are taking this too far. If you're finished.
Not in your dreams.
Da Vinci's Inquest premieres Wednesday at 9 on CBC.
Reggie Slack enjoying Saskatchewan's first victory on the road this season. An upset 18-15 over the favored Toronto Argonauts. Next Monday, it's a Thanksgiving Day doubleheader of the CFL on CBC. 1 Eastern, Toronto at Montreal to start a home-and-home series in the CFL East. Then at 4 Eastern, it's Edmonton at Winnipeg. Coming right up, it's the Amico Cup from Spruce Meadows, Alberta. Ian Miller hoping to become the first Canadian to win that one. Saskatchewan puts back-to-back wins together for the first time. It's a 2-game winning streak and a celebration in Toronto.
The International Ring at Spruce Meadows as the seconds count towards the